INVICTUS stream. My name is Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my man David, the dashing David. My catering friend Chris. And my juvenile friend Justin. That's soup? Where did you get soup?
It's casserole, actually.
Oh,
that's worse.
I made it myself.
You mean casserole in a bowl? Casserole?
Casserole.
And we are back with the Star Wars Age of Rebellion, Episode 1, Game 3. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. Last week, as many of you know, we had a little bit of technical difficulties and real-life difficulties when our man Chris, unfortunately, could not make it for us. So, Chris, our thoughts and prayers were going with you and your father, who we are told is doing all right now.
He's doing all right, and I really appreciate it from the community and from you guys for helping me out when I had to leave for that. So thank you very much.
It was our pleasure, and I love Chris's dad for the record, and I made him tell his dad that I loved him many times, so Chris will attest to that.
In fact, I think my dad hears it more from you than he does from me, which is probably problematic.
Oh, I was just meant to say, so what does that tell you? Tell everybody out there, please tell your parents that you love them and your family members, because life's too short, you know? Anyway, we are back with Game 3. It's so confusing. Episode 1, Game 3, Star Wars Age of Rebellion. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Of course, while typically this is an 18-plus show, I will kind of blanket code it and say there might be some swear words tonight because we are grown men and we like swearing. David has a potty mouth, right, David?
Yeah.
Give us some of your swears, Dave.
What was it? Purgatory? That was last week, right?
Purgatory is probably one of the scariest words possible. So well done, David. It is a very violent word. So of course, we're not going to that word too tonight. As many of you know, there are many ways to like and follow us. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, please give the video a thumbs up. It makes us feel really happy. Normally I throw it to Mike to show us how happy we are, but because he's not here, I'm going to throw it to David again. David, how happy does liking a video make us?
Like
there
that,
you go.
Yeah.
That's
melt.
pretty much it.
We literally melt every time we see a new like.
I've seen him melt. So there you go. So do that, because David will do that every time. Also, if you tweet, go ahead and follow us on Twitter as well as tweet us. We always like hearing your Twitter tweets. And most importantly, go to Facebook and follow our group and like our page. When you follow the group, you get access to all the really cool shit that Justin's putting on with this campaign. Vignettes written by the community about your characters that kind of function behind the scenes but play an integral role in the rebellion, as well as you get to find out what the community missions are and how to spend experience points on affecting them, as well as getting experience points for playing the game. So there's so many cool things you can do on the Facebook group, so go ahead and join it right now. If you are not part of the group, I pity you, because it makes everything great. David's face melts when we get likes on YouTube. You should see Chris's face when people join the group. Chris? Oh my God.
It's actually pleasure. It doesn't look like it, but
you know
that's my O face.
I know your pleasure face. I've seen it. Well, it's tough to see from behind, but I know the general feeling of it from that.
Oh, in front of a mirror.
Yeah, that too. So go ahead, please like the Facebook group, or join the Facebook group, like our Facebook page, like the video on YouTube, as well as follow us on Twitter, and just give us money. No, that's it. But thank you so much for being here. The community, you guys are always so awesome, and you make doing this really fun. So, because of that, we always like to do the most valuable post, the MVP. That is the person or persons who post on our weekly community Facebook page that have a little bit of interesting content that brings everyone out of the woodwork and makes them kind of interact with each other. Because, of course, we are all people living in our parents' basements or basements of one sort, not wanting to see daylight. So any reason to come out and greet each other on the Facebook page is a reason to celebrate, and that's why we honor it with the most valuable post. That's extra funny because both Chris and I live in basements, so I'm very used to it.
That's how we keep this nice.
Yeah, it's how we keep our
complexion.
Yeah,
youth.
Viewers will recognize that I started off with a mustache. This is now. If you ever want to know what is Harlan's beard growth rate, there you go. That's it. So
1 week.
Yeah, this is 3 weeks, I guess.
How many days will you give
this is
Aisha
3
to
months.
make a video on
2
that?
months.
Oh yeah, that's 3 months. That's Chris's 3 months.
You know what we should do for our next campaign is we should all shave and refuse to shave until the end of the 10 weeks and see who's grown the most. I'll have about 6 hairs that just come out in random spaces, but
I'm
you know,
down
I think
for
that'd be
that.
I'm
fun.
down for that.
We can do a
too.
montage,
We
a
can
growth montage.
I would love that. I think that would be very cool. As well
That's a
as
summertime. That's a summertime thing because I don't think it looks very good as a teacher to look like a homeless person.
But I also think that growing a beard in the winter is the best time to do it because you're not hot. You know, it's like extra face warmth. I remember one time I did shave my beard off in the winter and it was freezing. It's like going from literally having a scarf around your face to like nothing. So it's very different. And David grows this in a day. This is one day for Dave.
Yep, just shaved mine off today, and that's what happened already.
He's a piece of bro.
It's like Homer Simpson, where it just
comes back and
yeah.
Or the Santa Claus. Also a good movie.
Oh yeah, Tim Allen, sexy man. Also got arrested for heroin possession in his youth. Anyway, this is the most valuable post. So this week I would like to honor a very special person, our very own Keelan Crow. The audience is loud today. For a little off-the-wall post, but one that nonetheless we all got interactive with, was what do you guys do for a living? A very interesting point and an interesting conversation starter. More so, it kind of humanized the community. We all get to see a little bit of what we do behind the scenes and you know, become better friends. And really, isn't that what it's all about, Dave?
Totally. How could it not be?
Exactly. Being closer. Bing! So that was the most valuable post. Other than that, the big to-do this week is going to be the community mission. We are on community mission 3. And without further ado, I know a lot of you are anticipating the report from our very own Justin James. So I will throw it over to him in his cool hat and cool guy glasses to tell us what the story is. Justin James! Oh, Justin has also asked me to refrain from using the applause button that much because it is, and I quote, too much. Let's see how that worked out for him while he tries to read. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Thank
You
you.
start applauding.
All right, so yes, we had a very exciting mission. The ship all but crash landed on Ebra's surface, and you guys had to come up with a way of establishing yourselves on the planet. So, mission 3, stranded. With skill and precision, your pilots land the Invictus command ship in the center of a narrow canyon on Ebra's uneven surface, soon to be followed by the rest of the small fleet. While you were largely successful in escaping the Imperial cruiser, many of the ship's vital systems are down and are in dire need of repair. One of these downed systems is the communications tower, without which makes it impossible to scan the planet for the capital city of Barrack, or even to send out a distress signal. Nevertheless, the Invictus division has arrived at its destination and can begin to establish an Alliance presence on the planet. So first we have the ground forces, whose task it was to secure the perimeter and report the activity of any native species. Now, before we move on, I just have a shout-out. We actually have a promotion this week, and we are going to be promoting Bren Saunter, who is of the ground forces. He was a recruit, and based on his valiant effort that he displayed on the command ship last week, getting in a turret even while he was injured and firing and shooting down ties, through that commitment, he has been promoted to senior trooper. So if we could have a round of applause for Bren Saunter.
Don't do it. Just let it Austin, does he get benefits for that, or just...
What's that?
Like, does he get dental now?
He gets dental. And also orthotics. 400 credits for our
Oh, good for him. He needed it too.
Yeah. All right. So I need you guys to roll. Somebody roll a... Chris will do you. Let's do a 1d100 And
Only
we're
Harlan
trying
gets
to
to do
beat.
I do you.
We're trying to beat a 20, and we're adding 8.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Success. So the ground forces are quickly and effectively divided into small parties and positioned at key points around the ship's perimeter. One group, including Bren Saunter, stations themselves atop the ridge of the canyon, and they feel the breeze picking up. Peering through binoculars at nighttime, they can see in the clear sky, they see something at a distance, what look to be green flashes of light far to the east. More TIE fighters? Who knows? So, we're moving on. Invictus Squadron. Your task was to begin repairs on the command ship and refuel fighters. And as an added precaution, they said, do not fly. We are in a vulnerable position, and if the Imperial presence on this planet is able to track a single one of our fighters back to us, we will not be in a position to easily defend ourselves. So quick shout-outs to A. Tavashtar, Ido and Nil, and Captain Vizsla, who all spent experience to influence the mission. And Harlan, are you ready with a 1d100?
Born ready, sir.
Let's do a roll for the Invictus Squadron. DC of 40.
Well, I got 42, sir.
Very nice. So with all of the added influence, they actually well passed the mark and succeeded. Pilots, engineers.
Well done.
Way to go.
Pilots, engineers, and support staff work tirelessly, and many systems are brought back online within the first night. While most electronics and flight systems are now running, the hull strength of the ship is dangerously weak. The resources required to complete repairs on the hull are unavailable, but several of the crew discuss their ideas with the engineers and have a good idea of what they need and have a plan on how to proceed on the repairs when the parts are available. So, for everybody in the Invictus Squadron, when you go to repair the ship next week, we're going to give you a plus 10 to repairing the ship on the next mission. So, moving on. We've got 2 more tasks, and then we're going to get into the game. I hope you're all hanging in there. The next task was bureaucracy. And the bureaucratic task was to work with the intelligence communications officers to reestablish planetary communication capabilities. So, we have a couple shout-outs here as well. From communications, Clay Enzo, Otto Vobian, Theron Lavrientos, Aubrey Laurent, and Lily Renz, thank you very much for influencing the mission. And let's do a roll. David.
Cool. Bureaucratic roll.
All right.
Any
So
more?
that was a DC of 30. No problem. So another success. We've got 3 successes so far. You guys are doing great.
Huzzah!
While the engineers are busy fixing the ship's main systems, your team gets to work establishing planet-wide communications. One communications expert, by the name of Clay Enzo, has the simple idea of sitting in an operational X-Wing and using its radio capabilities, a solution that had been overlooked in the chaos of the last few hours. Scanning for signals and hoping to pick up Mayor Sampson of Barrack, he sits in the X-Wing seat all night, scanning through the radio signals. All right. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah.
You ready for our last task?
Born ready.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Does
So,
it involve grain?
it doesn't involve grain
Okay.
at all.
I-
That was a great mistake. I wish it involved grain.
Mm.
So last but not least, we have the elite covert operatives. And this is going to be a bit of a segue into the game. So we have shoutouts to Teal Koyi and Mallory Evans, who are our 2 covert operatives who spent 10 experience points to influence the mission each. So we're going to be adding plus 30 to this roll.
Thank you guys for spending that experience point.
Yeah, hopefully it goes to good use. I'm sure it will. So, let's do our last roll. Chris, back to you.
What do I have to beat here?
You have to beat a 20.
Okay. Okay, it's doable.
So DC of 50, adding 30.
Yes.
We got a 61. All right, we have a success. So moving into the game. Get ready on that soundboard, Harlan.
Got it.
The two elite operatives, both female, one Twi'lek and human, suit up in environmental gear and venture from the ship, down the canyon and into the rocky desert wastelands of Ebra. Not much is said in their first mission together, and they explore the landscape mostly in silence. They are at the bottom of a vast canyon when the human puts a hand out to stop Teal mid-step. She gestures down, and in the light of their glow rods, the Twi'lek sees what she was about to place her foot on. Barely visible and buried under sand, she sees a ring of sharp, pointed objects. Carefully dusting away the sand reveals a crude hunting trap. The spikes, made of bones and teeth, shaved down into razor-sharp points. Immediately, the two of them spin around, scanning their surroundings for whoever may have placed the trap. Definitely not Imperial issue. Likely something thrown together by the native species. After an intense moment, the two agents slowly extinguish their glow rods in hopes of avoiding any unwanted attention. The last bit of light leaves the rod, and they are plunged into darkness. The only sound is that of their breath and the faint whistling of the wind pushing its way through the canyon. It is then that they hear it. A thumping noise, like heavy footsteps gradually getting closer. The two agents already have their weapons drawn and are blindly aiming them in the direction they think the sound is coming from. When they think they have a good idea of where the sound is originating, they suddenly hear more beating, behind them this time. The Twi'lek spins in a crouch, aiming her pistol toward the new sound, while the human stays steady on the first. More beating from the left. Then another set from the front. In no time, they hear the thumping coming from all directions. Whatever it is, they are completely surrounded and in the dark.
Are these actual community members, or are these just two characters?
These are two community members. Teal Koyi and Mallory Evans.
Who are they real name-wise?
Real name-wise, they are Yannick Goosens and Aisha Lyle.
So Yannick's not watching, so Aisha. Ho Aisha. I'm assuming you're the Twi'lek. You're dead.
Aisha is Mallory Evans, the human.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't the Twi'lek? Wow. Crazy.
Right. So let's do the mission roll. We're trying to beat a 1d100, and because everybody rolled perfectly, we get to add...
I do practice quite a bit, so...
Yeah, very nicely done.
In front of the mirror. Come on.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna add 80 to the roll. We're trying to beat 100. All right, so go ahead. And Harlan, let's get a roll from you.
Yes, sir. So
Shit.
No. Instantly hated by all the community.
So even after all of that.
How could
No,
you?
now you use the cheer die. Or the cheer.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, guys.
no.
I got a really good number.
So the first night on Ebra, this is how it goes. The sun begins to shed light down on your narrow canyon, and you feel nothing but exhaustion. Your first night was anything but easy, and you can't even begin to think of the difficult work that lies ahead of you when Eco returns with coordinates of possible base locations. Now, as you are slowly dozing off as the sun is coming up, you start to hear some commotion around the command ship. And you go and speak to someone, and you hear through the grapevine that Mallory Evans and Teal Koyi have gone missing. So,
I gotta catch that cricket.
thank you very much, everybody. That is mission number 3. Mission number 4 is going to be posted tomorrow. And best of luck on it.
Don't worry, we won't let Harlan roll again.
I'm so sorry, guys. They went missing. Doesn't mean they're dead.
No.
They could just be missing their limbs.
There was that really horrible trap.
Yeah, that
Could be more of
probably
those.
ate them. Well, if we come across any, Ebranites and we cut open their stomachs and their innards look like Toalik, then we'll know. This smells like Toalik.
I thought
And a
they
human.
smelled bad on the outside.
True.
Sorry, I had to.
It's the only place that Luke Skywalker can sleep now. It's the only place he feels comfortable.
He has to go back into them every
It
night.
feels like home.
All right, are we ready to do this?
Born ready.
Let's get to the game.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
If you guys remember last game, how did it end? Could we get a bit of a recap?
I was speaking with the general. I remember that much.
You noticed some carbonite in the corner.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I made lots of notes, and I lost them all. Unless we're playing a game with someone named Darrell, Vivian, Braden, Dennis. No, Dennis is me from the other game. Nope.
All right, so a quick recap. You guys have been living on the planet of Ebra all of your lives, and now it is under Imperial control. Just in the past week, there's Imperial control. So Tark Slayton, Harlan's character, has gone to meet with Evich Genton, who is the Imperial governor of Ebra.
Oh, I got it. Here we go. Found my notes.
Awesome. And
Yes, I met with Governor Evich Genton, who is leader of the entire system, and he is currently with my father, who is the head of surgery at the hospital, and I am currently trying to sneak kill him.
Sneak kill him.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. And how about you guys, Crichton and Tal?
I know we were talking to the mayor last
And
time, and we found out that her job, she was replaced, obviously, taken out by the Imperials. And then we were going to go end up talk to Tal's uncle. We were going to look for him, I think.
Yeah. But we also talked to your hot friend.
No one, I don't think she's hot.
She was really hot.
She was more kind, and I liked her personality.
Okay,
Which
and her
makes
child
sense.
as well, right?
Yeah, and her twins.
And
No, just one child, only one child.
Oh, she was a uniboob.
That happens on that planet.
Yeah, this makes sense.
It's like the opposite of Mars in Total Recall.
Yeah. The
and
one
for some
movie.
reason, and for some reason, you say like, "Why aren't you in bed?" to it.
What?
No, 'cause that was our whole conversation last time.
David, you dirty dog.
All right. I am not sure what happened. It was 2 weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure it ended with me. Like, I went back and talked to Harlan. Tark in a bar, and we stayed. And then didn't I go back and talk to the mayor some more? I was
Yeah, we
basically
did.
grasping at straws at the end there. I was pretty sure.
Yeah, we all decided to go for a little sleep or something, and then Harlan found out.
Sounds really exciting the way we described it.
Harlan decided to go to the hospital,
Yeah.
and then we were like, "Hey, let's go to my uncle Mulder's," and then it was like, "Look who's here!" It's this.
You guys were in a
Mulder.
garage, yeah, and then they
Yeah.
thought you were Mulder. They were like, Mulder, turn
Oh
around.
yeah, that was cool.
Okay. Yes.
Justin, do a better justice than we just.
Well, you guys pretty much got it. You guys went to Mulder's shop, and you were looking around. It was dark, and you went to your locker. You went straight to your locker, Tal, and a little piece of paper fell out.
Pooper.
And you snatched it out of the air, and you saw there were some coordinates. Some coordinates were on the piece of paper, and as you were trying to figure out where they might lead to, the front door swished open, and a bunch of stormtroopers were there. One of them being much bigger,
than the others. Right.
bigger than the others. Swish.
Swished open.
My door
That's the sound that
That is the sound.
glass
That's
doors
true.
make. That's glass doors go
That's the
switch.
noise. Yeah, that is the noise.
That's a that's common Star Wars knowledge.
It's true.
Oh, I'm with you.
Actually, that is
Don't,
true.
don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
No, you're right.
I've
I
always
wasn't,
found it
I was
funny.
agreeing. It sounded funny.
I've always found it really funny that doors always open in ridiculous ways in like either futuristic or dystopian universes.
It's
Like,
true. They can't have regular doors.
They should
Yeah.
like the sign doors in Hitchhiker's Guide.
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. Brief aside.
So yeah, there were 4 stormtroopers,
4.
and
Okay.
that's where we're going to start. So, Mulder, we've been looking for you.
And he's gesturing to Tal.
Yeah, he is. Crichton, you're off to the side. You're farthest from the door. Tal, you're closest. And
Have they seen me as well?
They see you. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you're both there. You're not making any attempts to hide. And the stormtroopers immediately enter the room and they begin to fan out.
I think you're looking for the wrong. I mean, sorry. I think you found the wrong person. I'm not Mulder.
Well, this is Mulder's shop, and if you're in here, then you're either him or you're breaking and entering, from my understanding.
Well,
We're very close to Mulder. We're friends and family, so he wouldn't mind us being here.
All right. What are your names?
my name's Tal.
Tark Slayton.
You
Tal.
dick.
All right. Well, I'll have to ask you to come with me.
Under what grounds?
Under the grounds that Mulder is a wanted criminal, and anyone related to him is to undergo any questioning.
Well, I mean, we're like distant cousins, you know.
You said you were close friends.
Well, okay, fine. Let me think here. Okay, yeah. Do we? Okay, can I kind of look at Chris in a way? Sorry, not Chris. Crichton in a way where I'd be like, "What should I do?"
I know that look because he does it so often.
Yeah.
I look back and I say, I don't even know how to address stormtroopers. Do we say troopers? Do we say officer?
Say whatever you want. You've never seen them before.
Gentlemen, I don't think there's any need for us to go in. This is just misunderstanding. Can you not ask us here? What questioning could we possibly know that we're not willing to give you right now?
How are you related?
He's the nephew of Mulder, and I'm a close friend.
So you're related to a known rebel and seriously wanted man, which means that the governor is going to want to speak with you.
So that's how things work in the Empire. You take friends and family because of acquaintances to a supposed rebel.
Something like that. Ben, take him away. And the other stormtroopers begin advancing on you.
Before they can notice, I don't know. Do I have any sort of like inside pockets or anything like that? Could I say that? Yeah. Can I quickly slip those coordinates into my inside pocket without them noticing?
All right. Yes, you can. I'm gonna make you do a skullduggery
Okay.
skill.
So that is for me. Probably not good because I don't remember. So I have 2 green,
You've got 2 green, yeah.
and that's all I roll.
So I want you to go against a... It's dark in there, nobody's turned on the lights, just the light from the outside beaming in. So I'm going to say that it's going to be relatively easy. I'm going to give you a 1 purple die, and I'm going to give you a boost as well.
Okay. So the boost is... Wait a second here. I'm just trying to remember these rolls. So 2 green, 1 purple.
That's right. And a boost. A blue.
A blue. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, so you successfully sneak the coordinates into your inside pocket, just as a stormtrooper takes you by the arm and jostles you in the direction of the door, and says, "Get moving!"
All right. All right, fine.
And Trooper does the same to you, Crichton.
Yeah, that's fine. I start moving.
All right. So, flash forward. Tark.
Everyone's dead.
You're in the office of Evich Genton. And as you were discussing, I believe, do you remember what you guys were talking about?
Yeah, he was asking... Wasn't he asking us to do something? He was saying I could use a man of your talents or something like that.
Yeah, he was asking for your help, basically because he knows that you have been a scout for so long out in the wilderness, that you know the surroundings very, very well, and he is looking for cave networks in the area, and he's curious about any local native activity as well. So that of the Ebernites.
Yeah.
And he's discussing his plans with you and exchanging ideas, when all of a sudden a trooper that had been guarding the door steps up to him and whispers something in his ear. This isn't a stormtrooper, this is just a regular Imperial trooper, which is just like a guy in regular, just a regular jumpsuit. And he whispers something in Evich's ear, and Evich nods and gestures to the door. And the trooper begins walking back to the door.
Could I overhear what was said?
Sure, you can do a perception check.
Yeah. I guess there's no listener.
That would be perception.
Yeah, true.
So cunning.
All right, we'll do that.
So I'm going to make it a... It's going to be up against his stealth roll, and he's just got 1 point in stealth. And I'm going to... Yeah, just 1 point, so just 1 purple die.
It was a very quiet room.
Yeah, very quiet room. There isn't any wind outside. Not much.
Okay, and my perception is a yellow and a green. And you said 1 purple?
That's right.
All right, let's do this. And remember, I spent 1 force point last time, so.
Oh, speaking of which.
So I got 1 of those.
A failure.
Damn.
Okay. So, unfortunately, the ventilation system turns on just as you're trying to listen, just as you...
Is that a failure, or is that a disadvantage?
This is a failure. The disadvantage looks like a little target.
Righto, okay.
So, you can't hear. He begins to walk back over to the door.
And
before we move forward... Actually, no, let's go forward. You turn, and... you turn back to Evich, and he says, well, we may need to cut this meeting short. We have a couple new visitors coming. Some people that I'd like to speak with. Very important matter.
Fair enough. Well, if you'd like to meet and discuss this, I guess it would be a mercenary work, a job? Would there be pay involved?
Yes, there definitely would be pay. By the way, what were the names of the 2 men that you work with?
The men that I work with are named Crichton and Tal.
Crichton. Well, actually, you may be able to stay. There's a man named Tal coming to visit with us who I'd like to speak with. Apparently, he has relations to a rebel that we're looking for here. But an odd thing, he's with someone named Tark. Are you sure who you say you are?
And I remove my ID, the same one I showed to everybody, and put it down on the table. And kind of say, whoever this other man is, he's an imposter and a liar.
All right.
And a bit of a dick.
I panicked.
Fucked over his friend.
He wasn't doing it to do that.
You could have said anything other than Tark.
Bad role playing.
Bad role. Screw you.
No, it's something. It's something. Okay.
Just because you said it your name doesn't make it bad role playing. Just because you didn't like it.
He inspects
I
it.
just don't think it's not very friendly. It's not very playing your role. It seems
Not if you just did it out of like a gut instinct.
I guess.
He might have just panicked and be like,
He's been
I don't want you to know my name. The only other name I can think of right now is my best friend, Tark Slayton. Shit, that's gonna.
If
bite
that's
me
the
in
way you did it and went shit afterwards, I would buy it. I don't think you did it that way, though.
My name is Tark Slayton. Shit. Oh, damn it.
Scooby-Doo. Oh.
all right.
But,
So he
yeah.
takes a look at their name tag, and he looks up at you and he says, "This is your son." He turns to Rem, and Rem is like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, Sanders, let them in." And the door opens, and first thing you see a tall, hulking stormtrooper with his helmet off. You see he's a big black man, and he walks into the room and pretty much covers the entire doorway with his hulking mass. And he steps in and nods to General Genton and leaves a hand out to the side to where the door is, and being walked in, you see Crichton and Tal in the arms of two stormtroopers. Not like you know, not like kicked down the door and just got married in the arms.
Why not?
But so they're being escorted in, and the bulking stormtrooper says, "Genton, these were the two men we found at Mulder's shop. Apparently, one of them is related. I don't know who the other one is. Tark fellow." And Evich says, "Thank you, Lancaster." And the big stormtrooper you now know as Lancaster nods and exits the room with the stormtroopers.
And I give Crichton the same look I gave Chris in real life when he said my name. The whole.
What?
And Brandon's just like, ooh.
Come sit down, gentlemen. I'd like to speak with you. As he gestures to chairs in front of his desk.
Are we handcuffed or anything?
Nope, you're not handcuffed. They just kind of walked you. They didn't see you as a threat at all.
I say, well, it's quite the entourage you gave us. I go and sit down.
Yeah, we sit
yes,
down.
and
We sit down.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Go ahead. So
Do
you
you
guys
want to
sit
Crichton?
down.
Or Tark or whatever? Do you want to sit, or do you want to be like, no, we'll stand?
I already sat.
You already sat down? Okay, we'll join you.
I think I was already sitting, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were already sitting.
Yeah.
So, you two. This is Tal, I'm assuming, and he hands
Yes.
out a hand to you, Tal.
Yeah, I'm Tal.
And what was your name?
I said my name was Tark because I didn't want to give my name.
Okay, so you're holding out on an Imperial governor. While I appreciate and admire your gumption, I would say that it isn't a very good idea for you to hold out your real name. I am not an enemy. I am not an enemy of yours. You can trust me. What is your name?
It's hard to trust someone who forces you to meet by armed guard.
It's only
His name is Crichton Agathon.
Tark, shut up.
Since he decided to give you mine as his own, I will give you his.
You're already here.
Well, thank you, Tark. Crichton, it's nice to meet you.
Thanks, teacher.
Just sitting there all smug.
So first of all, I need to address, you two are related to Mulder? Am I understanding this correctly?
No, I'm only related to Mulder. He's my uncle.
He's your uncle. Well, Tal, I'm sorry to be the one to break the news to you, but your uncle is a wanted criminal. He has repeatedly offended the laws of the Imperial rule, and there is an understanding that he is working with the rebellion. Now, I have to ask you, right here, right now, do you have any ties to the rebellion?
Only in that I'm related to him. I don't have any Any stock in the rebellion?
You
No.
don't have any contacts? Anyone that you have been speaking with at the rebellion?
No, not at all.
Has Mulder told you about any of his plans, any of his ideas?
No, he's a fairly private man.
Governor Jensen, if I can, are we being grilled right now?
No. No, Tark, you are right. You are not being grilled. It is just... You understand that it is a very strong risk to have possible rebels here in my office.
Bebbles too.
Bebels.
But
Bebels are horrible.
of course, Governor Jensen.
I'm a
we
Bevel.
have
I thought we were
no-
just saying rebels.
Governor Jensen, of course, but I came to you with my own free will to seek my father, and these two men were simply mistaken for someone else. There is no ill will towards you or your empire.
Well, that is good to hear. And he eyes over Crichton and he says, okay, so why didn't you want to give me your name? This is important, Tark. I'm sorry, I do not mean to grill you. And I do have more important...
No, this one I don't mind.
Frankly, what is he? What is he? A constable? What is he?
Governor.
Frankly, Governor, this is my home, and for people to come in and claim it as their own is a real threat. And I don't trust the Empire for these actions.
You've had little dealings with the Empire before then.
This is true, but I do care very much about Barrick and its people. And if our way of life is going to be affected negatively, then I'm very much against it.
And you are definitely fair to have those fears. And let me assure you, that now that your planet is under Empire control, it isn't for the worse. You are more financially stable. Technologically, you are going to be improved through the roof. Exponentially, you will be able to expand your town and truly harness the great power of this planet.
May I just stop you there? As you said, control. So all this and the cost of freedom?
No. It wouldn't be freedom that you're losing, as long as you obey the laws of the Empire, just as you've obeyed the laws with the regular barrack institutions before this. I'm sure the laws that we're having in place aren't much different than the laws here on Barrack, with the big exception being that don't be a member of the rebellion.
Or be related?
No, you can be related, just as long as you don't sympathize with that relative. Regardless, you've brought me to a good point. This planet has a lot to offer. You've heard of a substance called luramen, which is here beneath the surface. Tark, I believe Tark was telling me a bit about luramen.
No, I don't think I mentioned it.
You mentioned it. Oh, you didn't mention it. Oh, okay. Well, if you aren't aware, luramen is the substance.
He's a Jedi.
The luramen is the substance that you find in med packs. It has wonderful healing properties.
Oh, I think you mentioned to me, and I said, "Oh, yes, I've heard of it," or something like that.
Right. Yes. So this planet is rich in it, and we'll be able to find it if we can find access to some of the caves and tunnel systems that I know that this planet is known for. And I've figured that the best people to contact are the people who scout the lands, who know the land best. That would be you three. You're all on patrol around the outpost, is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Tal, what is it that you do? What is your main role?
My main role, I mainly do the piloting of the speeders, to kind of get us from point A to point B. That's my forte.
All right. And Crichton, what about you?
I do a lot of the scouting, a lot of the legwork.
Perfect. Well, what would you say if I told you that I had a mission for you?
and I wearily share a look with the other two.
Don't worry, it isn't anything much. All I need is a cooperative and friendly offering of the information that you have about the landscape, the different topography that you guys have charted in your travels and patrols, just so that we may see the layout of the land and investigate it ourselves.
Of course, we can agree to this, so long as the pay is fair.
Of course, of course. In fact, I'm willing to pay you all 250 credits right up front, just for that information.
I think 300 each, and I think we can call this a deal.
All right, go ahead and do a negotiations roll.
Negotiation!
As soon as he says that can be a deal, I kind of give Tark a stern look, like, what are you doing?
And I kind of give him back a very blank look. This is the look. So 2 green.
2 green and a. We're gonna make it 3 purple.
Oh fuck! For 50
but I'm
credits
gonna
more.
I'm gonna give you a boost because you told him Creighton's name.
So we got that. Advantage, but a loss. Meet me halfway.
So he says 250, but if you do manage to give us this information, and it does check out with us, then I will have more work for you. In fact, if you would be willing to escort me to a particular location on the map, that would be wonderful. But first, I'd need the information.
Fair enough. Well, we will accept.
Okay. So you guys have maps, digital maps, kind of like an iPad, that you're able to track and draw the various topographies as you're going around the landscape. And you can basically just hand over that map, and he can plug something into it and then extract the data from it.
Okay. We'll need a day to complete this task.
Well, why don't we just do it now?
Unfortunately, we'll need to collect our data. Most of our units that chart the topography have been drained, as we've only arrived last night.
Oh, I see.
I mentioned I didn't get a very good sleep last night, as I was looking for my father, and I turned to him, who I assume is still in the room.
Yes.
You must understand, Governor, that this will take a little bit of time to allow us to adjust before handing the information over to you.
As you said, Governor, our technology isn't near where yours is yet.
Well, our technology is at a point. First of all, that I'd like you guys to do a bluff, or one of you, Harlan, I think.
Sure.
But
Cool?
or deceive.
Let's do cool. Why not cool?
Are you trying to deceive him?
No, I'm trying to play it cool. Like, yo, look, just chill, man. I want to give me a day.
It's not fully a deception.
It's not. I'm not trying to. I'm not lying to him. All I'm saying is, just give us like an hour, even. I'm trying to play it like cool. It's a present. Anyway. My presents. I want him to think I'm so cool that I don't care.
That guy's cool. He needs another day.
Yeah. Okay, well, this will be a house rule. Do you guys want to allow cool to be used as a social aspect?
Well,
don't make me
It
vote.
isn't in the
Oh wait,
Harlan's
is
voting
it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be like keeping your cool when you're under enemy fire and stuff like that?
Okay, but it is. But then, shouldn't I be keeping my cool if I'm lying as well? Like I'm not breaking anything, right? I'm keeping the stoic look. I'm just kind of like, oh, we need a day.
I feel like you could do that if this game
Because there is
was
no
detailed.
bluff. But there's no bluff.
Well, okay, so then the bluff isn't about you guys need an extra day,
No.
for like technology reasons to get it all together.
If anything, I'm trying to act tired. I'm like, look, I haven't slept. We need to charge the pad. We just need a day. Just be cool, man.
Yeah, the fact that you say act tired. But either way, yes. Okay, we're going to. We will let you use cool this once, and I will think about it.
Okay. Yeah. Just think
In
about it.
retrospect.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
I'm gonna give it a hard difficulty.
Why is everything hard?
You're
What's
dealing
that,
with
2 or
government
3?
right now. He deals with cool people all the time.
Okay, 2 or 3.
A 3 for hard, 3 purple, and then whatever your cool skill is.
All right, let's do this. Come on. So 2 advantages and a fail.
He says, I will not give you a full day.
Give me
I
an
will
hour.
give you an hour. All right? Get the information to me,
About me.
and you will have your 250 credits. And hopefully tomorrow morning we can leave. We can leave for the canyon. In which case I will definitely pay you more if you personally escort us there.
We'd be happy to, Governor.
Wonderful. So, you guys up and leave, and he says, I'll see you in an hour.
But as we do, I want to motion to the others about the carbonite in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you turn and look, you see exactly what Tark saw. It doesn't look like carbonite. You don't really know what it is. You just see this giant hulking mass, this rectangular mass, covered in a white sheet.
Okay. I wait till we get out of the room and I say, "What is that?"
Wait, there's stormtroopers right there.
Oh shit! Alright, do it.
We'll head back to the bar.
We'll head back. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the bar, and Phil is there to greet you, and Dina.
And I ask for the back room. I say, Dina, we need the back room for a minute.
That's my bedroom.
Dina.
Fine. You know it's the middle of lunchtime right now.
Yeah, I know.
If you want to grab a dish and bring it to
Dina.
a room.
Fucking chill. We need your room.
All right, go. Just get back there.
All
And
right.
she turns and greets a patron as you guys walk to the back room.
As soon as we get in that room, I turn to Tark. I say, "What are you playing at?"
Okay, chill. Fuck it. Look, these guys have the technology and the wherewithal to A, hire anyone they want, or B, do it themselves. If we don't take the opportunity, then realistically it could fall into the hands of anyone. And I'm thinking, now that we have an hour to change them, we could essentially hide any spaces that we want on the map. And then I turn to Tal and say, but Tal, this would be a big bluff, and it would be putting a lot of trust into your uncle.
No, I trust him.
So what do you propose? That we falsify our maps, but they're still going to ask us to be taken out to the location that we spoke of.
Yeah, but remember that cave that we searched not too long ago? It was totally empty?
Yes.
Remember that cave, the LB-422?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant LB-421.
Sorry, whatever. LB-422, LB-421, and LB-420, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is this. I don't have a clear plan, but either we either could take the advantage and try to figure out a way to help the rebellion in any way, shape, or form, or they get someone else and they don't doctrine anything and they get exactly what they came here to find.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I think if we change the maps and they notice something, we can always plead ignorance. Right?
Or we give them the map verbatim and figure it out later.
Who was in the carbonite, do you think?
Do we know for sure it was carbonite?
You did. Didn't he?
I imagine we talked about it on the way back.
You recognize it as carbonite because of the shape, its hulking mass.
Experience in the health system, probably.
Yeah, from working in the health system.
Okay, there you go. And if we gave false information on the map, would they be able to figure it out?
If you guys went with them tomorrow morning and tried to bring them to a location on the map, they would be able to pretty easily figure out that the location that you bring them to isn't where is marked on the map.
No, but we could figure that out later. I mean, if
say if they want you to take them to a big cave entrance or something.
Yeah.
Then if you've got the cave entrance marked down south on the map, but you head west because the map has changed to get to that cave entrance or to a different cave entrance, that.
Well,
No,
isn't
I'm
it-
thinking.
Tark, I have another idea, just something else we can try also. We have the contact of Otto, who's part of the rebellion. Perhaps we could set up an ambush. Have them meet us at a coordinated spot when we bring the Empire there unknowingly, and then hopefully that would give an opportunity for an ambush. And then maybe they would get the blue ramen before the Empire does. If we are against the Empire. And to me, anyone who's against Mulder in that way is untrustworthy.
Well,
They're taking control of Barrick.
untrustworthy. Why did you use my name if you were concerned?
I knew you were already talking to your father, and I panicked. That's the first name that came to my head. It was stupid. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That being said,
I love you guys.
you stay out of this, Tal.
Well, look, guys, here's the thing. I am in no way on the side of the Empire, but also I can't say as I'm on the side of the rebellion. To bring up arms against either of these factions right now seems
Foolhardy.
yeah. And frankly,
the Ebranites themselves, Justin, are they? Can we communicate with the Ebranites, or is it like trying to speak to a wild animal?
It would be like trying to speak to a wild animal.
Do
You'd
we-
need
okay.
specific training in xenology and.
which I have, by the way.
Ah.
It's one of my skills. Okay.
I'm thinking like getting the what are those called? The little furry guys on their side. The
Ewoks?
Ewoks?
Ewoks.
Here's a
That's
thought.
much more intimidating than Ewoks.
Well,
Here's a
evil
thought.
Ewok.
6 arms.
Rather than waiting the die so that the rebellion fights the Empire, thus putting us on the side of the rebellion, or aiding the Empire, thus putting us on the side of the Empire, what if we do the map verbatim,
Well,
but
yeah.
bring them to a cave filled with Ebranites? Because remember that cave we
I
scouted?
was thinking that too, but to me that could just be a slaughterfest of Ebranites.
Maybe, but it also might give us the opportunity to steal the speeder and leave. We also could negotiate with him that we only bring him and maybe one other guard.
Which also would lead to potentially having them believe it was just a folly, that we just got attacked and ambushed by Ebranites, and it just was bad luck.
What did you guys find at your uncle's garage?
We didn't have the opportunity. There was some. Justin, did you find anything?
And I pull up the coordinates on the map. Where do the coordinates show?
For what? Sorry.
For
the coordinates that were in my pocket.
David, sit forward. I'm looking at the top of your head.
Sorry.
Coordinates that are in your pocket, they're not anywhere like charted on your map.
Are they near where the Ebranites were? In other words, is it possible this is where the blue ramen is harvested by the Ebranites?
It isn't, actually.
Is it on this planet?
It's on the planet, definitely. It looks like it goes to the northwest of Ebra. The area that you guys are most familiar with is down south, where the outpost is. So you don't know that area too well, where the coordinates lead off to.
I called Dina in.
What? What do you want? I'm busy.
Sorry, Harlan, did you tell them that you knew where the coordinates were? Like, what do they expect from us? We're just showing them around the planet?
They just want to map the topography so that they can look into certain caves to find what they're looking for. Dina, did you ever meet Mulder when he was in town?
Mulder.
Look, Dina.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm
What's
sorry,
your
I'm
take?
just a little frazzled.
What's your take on this rebellion thing?
I don't know. Apparently, they want to take down the Empire. I have no reason to hate either of them, really. Getting a few patrons from the Empire, so if anything, I'm more on their side.
The jobs, yeah.
What about Phil? Can we borrow Phil for the day?
Why do you want Phil? I need him.
I know, but look, no one's going to come into your bar in the middle of the day. We're having back before the night.
What are you talking about? We get minors in all of the time. Once again, not little kids.
Dina, look, you'd be doing me a real favor. We just need Phil for a few hours.
All right, negotiation.
All right. All right. How difficult?
How difficult? We are going to make it an easy.
Okay.
Can I boost his role by saying, you know, Cassie got it for you really for a steal. It's the least you can do for us. I'm putting this out now. We're just gonna borrow him.
Oh, that's Kurt. What was her name?
Crystal?
No, it's
Cassidy? Cassidy?
I've got it. I've got it written down.
Cassandra?
Is it Casey or no?
What is her name? Courtney. Courtney.
Courtney. Only seeing we didn't have.
Courtney. Okay, so you get a boost. Yep, I'll give you a boost for that. And I am going to give you a setback though.
God damn it.
Because...
Well, why don't we just take out the die then? If we're going to do a boost instead.
No. We add both. You don't just cancel them.
If this...
I'm going to give you a setback. If the setback messes it up, then I'm sorry, but this is what...
Hold on a second. Because of me helping, he gets a setback?
I was going to say,
I was going to say it before you jumped in.
Okay.
But because it's so busy. It's easy because she wants to help you, but because it's so busy, it's making it difficult for her.
Use your cool.
No. I don't think the cool would work here. Because I'm actually trying to persuade her.
Sort of sex appeal?
To me, this is a negotiation. Because I am trying to negotiate.
Sure.
Alright. And what did I get? No. Oh, 2 hits and a disadvantage.
Yes, so you do succeed. She says, okay, fine. Fine, you can borrow him, but if anything happens to him, you're paying for the whole price. And I'm going to say that that's 10,000 credits.
Okay, Dina, you know it's 250 max.
All right, 1,000 credits, because it's not just... It's part of my day that I'd have to find a new droid. Where am I going to find a new one?
Look, 250, and I will give you the droid. But look, the point is, we're not going to lose it. It's Phil. Phil knows his way around.
Okay, you can have Phil for 4 hours.
I literally only need him for 1.
Okay, 1 hour.
No, I'll take him for 4. You can't go back. And I give her a hug.
Yeah, get off. All right. Yeah, okay.
Should we ask her if she knows where that place is on the map, or no?
She said she's not affiliated, and she leaves. And I say she's not affiliated with the rebellion. She might just rat us out. Phil's the only one. Okay, and here's my thinking. We got coordinates right now. You said the coordinates are what? Half an hour northeast?
Oh no. They're like 5 hours.
Fuck.
So you go back and say, oh crap, I need 10 hours.
Well, it might not matter anyway then, because I was thinking he'd come back in time, and we can just kind of delay the governor. Okay, we can buy time to bring the governor out if we need to, but my thinking is before we bring him where we're going, we should scout out that coordinates, because if the rebellion is alive and kicking and they're up there, they might have a good enough reason for us to side with them.
We don't have time to scout it though.
Well, we could say,
we could send what is her name again? Courtney. We'd send Courtney.
Well, my thinking with Courtney is if there is someone there and they're getting hurt, do you really want to risk Courtney?
I don't want to risk Courtney, but I'm just curious who we're going to send otherwise.
Phil.
Phil's not going to make it. How long is it going to take for the droid to get there and back by himself?
Well, the same with Courtney. Same risk. Same time.
Have you seen...
Courtney's not a droid.
These type... Yeah, the... What are they called? Southern droids?
Courtney's a droid?
Protocol droid.
Protocol droids, yeah.
He wouldn't do very well driving a speeder.
What?
Yeah,
straight direction?
He wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, we could do Courtney and Phil, since she built him.
Well, at least, yeah, she'll have some protection that way, at least.
Okay.
Perhaps we should talk to the mayor really quickly and get some...
Honestly, I get why we're with the mayor, but frankly, she seems a bit...
What about that guard who now has all the time off? And I mean, he'll do anything for us.
The question is, who can we trust? And frankly, someone who works so closely with the stormtroopers, I would...
Yeah, he's careless.
Look, we have coordinates, Tal. We have coordinates that your uncle left, and I'm going to assume he left them for you because he knew you were coming. That I'm going to guess those coordinates probably lead to, I don't know, maybe him, maybe the rebellion in general. We have a governor who wants us to bring him a map of the topography and to drive him to one of the caves, if not all the caves. Did he want us to take him to all the caves or one in particular?
Just one. Or just he doesn't know exactly, but he has a feeling that he'll be able to see what he's looking for on his map.
Did we say we told him that we'd bring him to one of these caves, or that we might?
He said that that's the next step.
We could negotiate him down, but the question is.
So why don't we put him on wild goose chase, send him to the farthest reaches that we know have nothing in it, and then make our way to the other.
But we have to go with them. We have to go with them, right?
Well, we could talk him out of that. I'm thinking I'm on the side of that. But the problem is, like, put it this way: if we had no problem with pissing off the Empire, I'd say fuck it, let's leave town right now. Say we're out double checking a topography and getting out of here. But the problem is, then we're pissing off the Empire. I think we still got to play it close to the chest. I still think we have to do what the Empire wants.
What
We
about
just
this?
have to do it cleverly.
What about an anonymous cue to Otto? You know, like you said, we don't want to necessarily tie ourselves with the rebellion but we know the rebellion is going to come here anyways. And in my opinion, if we get rid of the Empire, the rebellion is not going to take over Barrack. The rebellion is going to leave Barrack. The Empire, if they win, will stay here. So why don't we have them fight each other and just kind of take the back seat on it and see what happens? Because we can't lose that way. Either the Empire doesn't fight the rebellion and they stay, or they lose to the rebellion and leave. So we might as well get the rebellion involved.
But basically what you're saying is let's start a war.
They're already at war.
Well, then you're saying bring the war to us. I don't know.
I think it's coming, Tark, and I think we want to be on the side of the rebellion.
Are you so convinced? What are the principles of the rebellion? What do they stand for? Everything the Empire doesn't? What does the Empire stand for?
Well, totalitarianism. And I think control of Barrack, which we've been free. We don't need the Empire.
But nothing they've done has changed Barrack for the worse. Dina herself said that stormtroopers are her best customer. So far, they're bringing in more money.
They have done things for the worse. They're taking away our freedom. They're controlling us.
What don't you have that's
Did you listen to the words that they used? As long as we follow their rules, and as long as they're in control.
But that's the exact same thing as Barrack before they came
We
here.
voted for the mayor.
Go shooting.
We voted for the mayor.
But there were still rules to follow. There were still things you had to do.
And they were the rules that we came up with. It was our rules, not somebody else's imposing on us. We've made Barrack what it is, and now they're coming to reap the benefits.
So, as you say that, the door swishes open. and Phil is there, and he says, "It is my understanding that you are going to need me for the next hour."
Yeah, Phil, we will, but we're just trying to figure out what for. Can you wait outside for a minute?
Okay.
Phil, go back to work.
No, don't work. Just wait. Tal, what's up?
I'm thinking that we try to get out of because I'm very eager to go see what those coordinates are for my uncle. We try to get out of going with them tomorrow morning. I say we give them the typography of the land and give them a few ideas of where some caves are that we've come across, but no real information. Like, we don't disclose that we've found any Lu Ramen before in a specific area. And if we can get out of it, we go to the coordinates. If not, then we go with and we try to kind of get out of the governor some of the ideals of the Empire so we can see where we stand.
Problem is, though,
I kind of fall in the same line as what Tal is saying. Like you said, Tark, we haven't seen anything yet. I do have the suspicion that what we're going to see, we're not going to like. But if you're waiting for evidence, we can wait a little longer.
All I'm saying is if we screw over the Empire, if we do this, Tal, if we lead them on a wild goose chase, we are starting a war, the three of us versus the Empire, without knowing any of the pieces.
Not necessarily a wild goose chase, but just not the things, not everything. We have to be diplomats about it. And you know what? If we can figure out a way to get a little bit more money out of them too, that'd be great.
Well, my other thinking is maybe we don't doctrine it. Maybe we lead the governor to where he needs to go.
Well, we don't know where the Blue Ramen is anyway, so what harm can be?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to point to our map and say, I want to go here. So right now, do we even know enough to try to change that? Maybe once we know the location, then we can actually change something.
Yeah.
Maybe if we have Phil, I don't know.
Maybe we should contact Otto while we have the opportunity and listen to what he has to say. We've listened to the Empire. We have an impression of them. Let's get an impression.
Did we try calling Otto and it didn't answer or something?
So you guys have been here for about 40 minutes now.
Baloney! We've literally had the same conversation in real time.
No, I know.
Except for the
time that it took you guys to get here and then getting through and all that.
Okay, fair enough.
Negotiations with Dina, they always take a little longer than
I was
expected.
gonna say there was no extended conversations. We've said everything we needed to say. But walking.
An
That's
Ebra hour is a little bit shorter than a shorter or longer, depending on how I want to use it.
okay.
All right, can we contact Otto anyway?
I don't even know how. Like, where did we hear about Otto?
We got it from Mulder. No, we got it from the mayor.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We could always split up. I could go with the governor, and
don't
you
We
think-
go to the coordinates.
head up to the courts.
I don't think they're gonna like that.
I think I should go with the governor because obviously he doesn't trust me at this point.
Yeah, he trusts me the least, though.
But he also likes me the most, meaning that if we are not there, or if we should stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's easier to role play.
And it's
Yeah.
just, although realistically, I probably would say we should split up, but I guess it would make sense to stick together.
Yeah.
You know what? Then I would say at this point, you guys are going to disagree, but I'd say let's keep playing the game.
Okay, if we're let's role
Yeah.
play this really well. Our characters the type that are just like the FU rebellion type because I feel like that's who we are. We're kind of like the
That's
the
what I'm trying to
outskirts
do.
of town. So really, we'll be like, screw this guy. Did we already get paid?
No.
No,
Yeah,
we
we
do.
did.
If we want to get.
Justin's nodding his head. He gave his money already, didn't he?
No, he hasn't given you your money.
No. It
No,
isn't.
no, we need to give them the maps.
Let's just fly to this coordinate, see what's there. Our curiosity might be more.
Okay, but hold on. But Meta, if we are really role-playing, then I honestly think that we have no reason to hate the Empire. That's my problem right now.
The only
because-
reason I have to hate the Empire is because I feel they're imposing their on Barrack, right? Barrack
Yeah,
is what
but what have they
fought so
really
hard for, and
changed?
now they're coming in and just saying it's ours.
Like, I'm really trying to forget everything I know about Star Wars and the movies and the Empire and the Rebellion, and truthfully, as it stands, I cannot justify Silent
Really,
Rebellion.
They're
Okay,
Harlan,
They're called a rebellion.
Yeah, but if
Since when is a
someone,
rebellion good?
if someone, all the time, rebellions are good.
When they overthrow like a government, but that's not even like this rebellion.
So
Like
that's exactly what they're doing.
statistics? What are the statistics
Exactly
of
what they're
like
doing.
compounds that rebellions have blown up, and like
I
people
don't
who
know.
they have killed? Because that's what I really want
1
to
to
know.
1,
Like,
probably 1 to 1. So
but
it's a moot point.
here's my point. We don't know any of it. We don't know. We don't know what company. We're just going on
Okay,
fairy tales.
but if we had, for example, let's put it in our perspective. We had someone come into Canada and say, okay, your government system is over. We're going to use our government system.
That's the rebellion. The rebellion is coming into Canada.
They're not
The
taking
Empire.
over. They're not taking
We're
over.
the Empire. But the Empire is the majority.
We're
are
not
the
part of the Empire. We're not part of the
They're the
Empire.
existing. It's like Canada moving it down into a little bit of a state. That's all it is.
It's, okay, that's not the situation on this planet. On this planet, we are just this planet that's not part of the Empire, that's not part of the rebellion, and now the Empire is coming in to take over.
But the Empire's like 200 planets and galaxies and shit. It's massive. I wanted to.
Do we want to be part of that?
Of course.
Why?
It's like joining Confederation. It's like PEI joining Confederation. We're part of a system which brings business.
How is
and
it for the Native Americans?
Dina,
How is it for the
right
natives?
outside.
How is it for the natives?
Dina, right outside, said that it brought her commerce and more jobs and more positions. The guy at the wall said
That's how
he
it
doesn't have to work
starts,
as long and he
Harlan.
gets
That's
paid
how it
double.
starts.
All I'm saying, maybe, but all I'm saying is I think we're looking too much into what we know about the Rebellion and the Empire because, like, what we've seen about
I
the
don't
Empire.
like them.
Okay.
No one, but here's the thing: no one has hurt me from the Empire. No one has hurt anyone I know from the Empire.
You didn't have a
Nothing has been
big,
done to anybody.
you didn't have a big stormtrooper
But-
escort you
but-
somewhere
but,
for
I mean-
questioning.
I wasn't
But I mean, this
escorted.
is-
I went on my own free will.
This is good though because I mean Crichton, like you too, like you have a sense. You just have a sense about the
Sure.
Empire, right? Which I mean I don't think Tark has that sense. It's not aware yet. I
Senseless.
mean we're talking like force knowledge, right? So
If you want to tell me you have a forced sense about this, then sure. But when I'm trying to play it role playing, there's literally, and even in the movies, really, the Empire is not that bad. The rebellions blow up an entire Death Star. You know how many people that weren't part of the Stormtroopers
Empire blew
worked
up an
on the
entire
Death Star?
planet. They blew up.
That
they
was
have a
one
Death Star
guy.
for
That
blowing
was
up
a bad
planets.
apple. That was a bad apple.
He was a
they were
planet.
going to do it
They-
again. They were going to do it again.
He was a bad guy. Look, he was one guy. Here's the thing. He was one guy making a bad decision.
Oh, I'm sure. The Empire was like,
okay.
there was no like, should we blow this planet up? This one guy's just like, I have all power, I can do it. I'm sure it was planned.
It was like 3 guys actually. It was Darth Vader, and
it was just Tark, and he was like, okay, do it. And then they threw the switch. 2 guys. One guy said yes, one guy threw the switch. It was a bad bluff. It's like Hiroshima. He shouldn't have done it. It was a bad action. But
then they wanted to do it again.
They
made
you up to this point.
Because they were just extinguishing the rebellion. They were literally stopping the rebellion.
Hold on. They said my video's gone. Is that everybody?
No, we're still up.
No, we're still up.
Okay, we're still up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because they blew up Alderaan for no reason.
Alderaan because he thought it was the rebel base. I'm saying that was the bad action. That was the negative. He shouldn't have done that. That was a no-no.
But then he wanted to do
Yavin,
it
when they
again.
tried to blow up Yavin, it was because the rebel base was there. But you got all these rebellions fighting. I don't know. I still never really. There's so many innocent people died.
The answer to blowing up to destroying the rebellion is by blowing up the entire planet that they might be living on.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was his bad call. He was like one bad call.
A Death Star. How can they be good?
He was one bad guy.
You got all these people up high who keep on making evil calls. Then, if they get to make the calls, then
But is the governor bad? We don't know anything about him. I'm just saying. And you know what I really hope? I hope The Force Awakens turns it on its head, because I honestly think, based on what the trailers are doing, I think the rebellion in the new movie is going to be more like, wait a minute, this is kind of fucked up. And I think the Empire, or the New Order, what they're called, is still going to be evil, but I'm hoping at the end it kind of turns a little bit. I don't think they'll do it. It's a little too obvious, white armor and shit. But I honestly think the politicalness behind it is a little more complex. Because I do think it's so like, well, Empire's bad, Rebellion's good. Yeah. But I don't think it's like that. I do think there are shades of gray on either side. Like, there's no way everyone who works at the Empire is just bad. And they're like, oh yeah, we all hate everything.
As you guys in the game freeze and have this meta argument, time goes on. And you guys
now we've reached an hour.
You've reached an hour. You got to get
back. I would say let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's do what he wants and find out.
We don't have a good enough plan. We'll take them there and see how they are. Yeah. We don't have enough evidence right now to say either way.
I will just say that I'm extremely skeptical of them because I trust my uncles so much.
But Tark in my bones, I feel bad.
I also may have heard my Uncle Mulder once tell me, like, would I know this, Justin? Would I know that, because the Empire is like super racist and wants to get rid of anything that aren't humans. And we don't necessarily know that, but I might have heard it from my uncle, sort of like. Because I think we were kind of going to get to that with the mayor, but we never got to it.
This is a good time for you guys to roll force points. So if you guys can each roll one of those white die.
Rolled. I got a 1.
Force. We're up.
I also got a 1.
Dark side. Dark side. Okay, so we're starting the game with 3 dark side points. And if you were... I would say that you can do a knowledge roll. You could have just flipped a light side point over and you would have known that information. But instead, I'm going to say do a knowledge roll of, I guess it would be...
Oh, whoops. Yeah, sorry.
Warfare. Do a knowledge warfare.
Knowledge warfare, so...
I don't think anyone has knowledge warfare, probably.
And we're going to make it a difficulty of 2.
I have knowledge warfare, and it's one of my skills, and I have a yellow in it. I'll roll it.
Yeah, you might know.
Okay.
But and Tal, I'm going to give you a boost, though, Tal, because I like your role-playing aspect that your uncle might have told you about it.
Okay. So, knowledge warfare. Just 2.
Well, I'm going to let Tal roll because he's the one who came up with the thought, and I don't know if he's shared it with you guys.
Okay.
Tal, to clear those dice away, you roll no dice.
Okay. Just a second here. So I've got so I'll go 2 green.
Yeah.
And 1 boost.
And then 2 purple.
2 purple. Okay.
Advantage. So you aren't sure exactly whether or not you feel like you have heard something, and you have definitely heard that the Empire aren't friendly with aliens. but you can't think of any historical accounts of them treating aliens
Right.
badly or what.
It just kind of informs the more kind of subjective leaning that I have at the time to side with my uncle, which is probably the bigger factor anyway. That what makes me want to think about the rebellion. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So are you guys ready to head back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can we clear any information that we've entered into the maps, like notes that say specifically anything about Lou Ramen, if we have entered them?
Well,
Like, would we have that?
Do you want to clear notes? Or
Yeah, like, would we have put notes on our maps, Crichton and Tark, or would it just be straight up?
We don't do map notes.
No, you probably wouldn't. Not for the topographical maps, at least.
Okay. All right. Just thought I would.
Log or whatever.
Okay.
So back in the office. The office, I'll remind you, is in the barracks beak, which has a circular window, a large circular window, and then in front of it is a long desk where Evich Jenton sits, and then a number of chairs in front of it. And you may make your way back in, and you sit down again and hand over the map.
Yeah.
Well, would you say, do you have the money?
No, I want to do it. I want to do it suspiciously.
Okay.
I want him to question why we asked for an hour.
Sure. Okay.
I want to double down. Here's the thing. I want him to be suspicious so that his trust is doubly so when he realizes that we didn't alter anything. I want our hour not to be wasted. I want it to be so that he actually trusts us more.
Oh yeah. So he says, okay, well, you've had your hour. Do you have the map?
And I say, of course.
And you're trying to make him suspect you?
Yeah. I don't really know how, but...
Well, we'll just say that you do. He gives you a slanty eye, and he takes it, and his assistant comes over and hands him a USB stick. Those are a thing. And he plugs it in, and punches some things in. He says, well, this is good. This is good, very good. You can have your map back, but I'm glad you were truthful with me.
Did you suspect otherwise, Governor?
Well, it's standard procedure to have a bit of a test before I get to know the locals, and if I'm going to be working with them closely, it is very smart to make sure that their intentions are on our side. As you know, our probe droids have been scanning this area for quite some time now, and we have a very substantial topographical map on the area. So I appreciate your honesty.
So this was a test of sorts.
Of course it was. But your credits have been wired to you. An extra 100 for your honesty. 350 credits wired directly to your accounts.
Thank you. And I stand up and I go to walk away.
Well, hold on.
I'm sorry, Governor. We approached you in honesty, willing to do work with you, and you decided instead of trusting us that you were going to make fools of us. And I don't think that's something that we can work together with. At least not me. And I walk towards the door.
Block his way, he says to the guards, and they step in front of the door. And he stands up and adjusts his suit. Tal, Crichton, have you guys followed Tark, or are you guys still sitting?
Yeah, I started to follow.
Yeah, I'll stand up also to leave.
So Evich slowly stands up. There is an awkward tension in the air. And he steps towards the window. And he says, as he's facing out to the almost setting sun on Ebra.
How many suns are there? Sorry.
Just one.
12.
Just one.
One on Ebra. Just one. You know, it's boring. It's boring desert planet. You would be wise to reconsider, Tark. I will not stop you for long. I will let you go tonight. But reconsider, all three of you, working with us. We are powerful, and while I do appreciate your... I would appreciate your help. I will not hesitate to use that power on you. And I'll also inform you that if you do wish to side with the rebellion in this, I'll tell you a little story about something that happened about a week ago. Some Imperial troopers were established on a planet. Just a regular, routine day. Nothing too oppressing about it. And they all received a shipment of grain. Do you know what happened?
No.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of Imperial troopers, officers, volunteers were murdered. The grain had been poisoned, see. And the rebels had a large hand in that. So leave this room and think about your next course of action. Because those rebels that did that, they will receive their punishment. Good day.
Governor, I didn't mean you disrespect, but we grew up in this small town, and growing up here, you learn to trust each other pretty quick, and what you did to us is an extremely distrustful move.
Yeah.
Are you done? Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Empire.
Oh,
Good day.
you're such a cock. But I still kind of hate the rebellion now, too. Damn it. All right. Let's leave.
All right. So you guys leave, and the sun is setting. It's casting a rich orange hue across the town. Shadows from the sand-built towns or houses are cast across the ground. And you make your way into the center square. What's your next move?
I'm going back to the bar to return Phil, because clearly we didn't need him.
Oh, was Phil with you guys that whole time?
No, but I think he was probably still waiting in the hall.
Very awkward.
So I'll walk back in and I'll explain to Dina. I'll say, "I'm sorry, Dina, I didn't need Phil at all, but thank you so much." And I give her 50 caps. Or 10 caps. Or credits. You can tell I've been playing a lot of Fallout.
Cats.
Actually, so you guys remember that you did get 350 credits each?
Right.
Each, yeah.
Yep.
So, how much would it cost to like get a better, faster speeder or something like that?
Faster speeder would be expensive. I can take a
lot.
look in the book if you like.
Look
But
it up, bro.
Do we need it? Do we need it?
There isn't
Not
really
right
anything
now.
faster on the planet than what you guys have.
Oh,
We've
okay.
souped ours up pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, if you guys, Tal, if you do a quick mechanics roll, you will be able to give yourself a boost on your next check. You just have to do a mechanics roll on your on the speeder,
Okay.
and then it'll get like a boost for a certain amount.
Okay,
of
right.
time.
So should we try and should we lay low for a night, or should we just go straight to the coordinates?
I think I'm going to get a drink. I feel like a lot of confusion's going on.
Okay.
And I go get a drink.
Are we gonna talk more? No, I'm just joking.
Yes, we're going to talk more. Look, guys, and I stopped him in the square and I say, look, this guy's a dick. He's a dick. But I still don't know if the Empire's the bad. If what he just said was true, that the rebellion's poisoned thousands of people, those were people. I don't care whether they were an army or just regular people, but they killed thousands.
But my Uncle Mulder is part of this group. You know my uncle. He's a gentle, peace-loving man. If they were going to do this, I can't imagine it would be only for the most extreme reasons.
I just want to get off this planet. I'm done. Let's just go find a new planet farther away from the Empire. You know what? Fuck it. And I take my drink, which I didn't have, and I smash it on the ground. And I put on my cap, and I start assembling my sniper, And I'll say, I'll meet you guys on the speeder. We're going to those coordinates.
And I say, yeah.
Creighton, how are you feeling?
Fine. I think we should go to the coordinates as well. And contact, well, not contact Ottawa yet, but I don't know what we're going to do because it's not like the Empire is going to leave anytime soon, and I'm not happy with them being there.
I'm also not digging on this rebellion, but whatever, let's do it. And I'm in the back, and I grab my sniper, and I say, Tal, take us there in record time, bro.
And then I roll.
Oh, I say bye to Dina. Actually, you know what? I tell Dina before I leave. I tell them to meet you.
Good stuff. Okay.
And I say, Dina, I need to tell you something.
Yeah. What is it, Tark?
I don't know about this empire. I don't know about this rebellion. What I can say is, right now I'm kind of stuck in the middle. The governor up there is an asshole. That's the fact. The guy is a total asshole, and I'm very worried that whatever the empire is imposing on this small town is going to become sour real quick. I want you to stay safe. And I give her back her holdout blaster, the one she gave me.
Yeah.
And I say, I want you to stay real safe, and if anything goes south, I want you to grab my dad, grab Phil, grab Courtney, and head to these coordinates. And I give her the coordinates of a nearby abandoned cave that we had previously scouted. Because I have no other backup plan.
What, is that where you'll be?
We'll meet you there. You just stay on the comm links if something goes bad. Right now, I don't know what we're up against, but I know that we have to at least look into this rebellion to see what they stand for, because right now the Empire sounds like a pretty scary place.
Well, Tark, I rarely see you so passionate about anything. So it must be really important.
This one I'm flying on faith. I'm following Tal and Crichton's lead on this, but it's not worth risking. And I lean in and I give her a really passionate kiss.
Phil's just standing awkwardly close to you guys. Watching.
Shut up, Phil.
Mine, Dina.
How does she dig it? Just dig the kiss?
Describe
how much she likes it, Justin.
Okay. Well, she
Roll.
She blushes a little.
Good.
I don't have to roll for this.
He knows it well. I just tell her to take care, and I leave.
All right. And good stuff. Good. I like that. Perfect. So you guys get to the speeder. While you were doing this, Tal, you were at the speeder. Did you want to do those mechanics?
Yes, definitely. How far away would this be again? Like 5 hours away regularly?
5 hours away. So you guys will probably get there at around midnight or 1 o'clock.
Do it in 3.5, Tal.
Yeah.
I know you can.
You have 20 minutes.
As long as a Lord of the Rings movie.
So, I want you to roll whatever you're driving. So I want you to roll 1 yellow, 1 green.
Okay.
And I want you to roll an average difficulty.
So.
I'll give you a boost for this.
2 purple.
Okay, so 1 green, you said?
1 green, 1 yellow.
1 yellow, and 1 blue?
2 purple.
2 purple?
And a blue.
Okay. So what I got?
All right, so you don't actually succeed. You can't get that boost. The idea that you had when you were driving did not actually pan out. You forgot that there were some extra modulators underneath the capacitors and the whip shaft drive. So
only I'd gotten those power converters.
All right, I know.
All
All right, so you guys all are together. I will tell you, I didn't realize this, but your adverse environment gear that you guys have
Oh, yeah.
has a soak of 1.
Oh, good.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
We're soaked.
Yeah.
I'm at 3.
Are we going to need stealth to get out of the town?
Nope.
No?
No,
Okay.
well, before we climb into it, I motion to Tal and Crichton.
No. Yeah. Okay.
No?
No, I said now. But,
Oh.
Yeah.
And I say, right?
And then I go,
That means look over the speeder for tracking devices, because clearly the governor doesn't trust us. And we're going to look over the speeder for tracking devices.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna give whoever's doing the main roll. Who's going to do the main roll?
What would it be rolling?
It would be perception, I believe.
My perception is 1 and 1, green and yellow.
My perception is.
I'll just do it because I think I'm probably the highest.
Your perception
think,
is 2 green, and then Crichton's perception is
2. 2 not training, just 2 in my ability scores.
all right.
Okay.
So
There's
both of you are going to give a blue die each.
Yes.
Tark, you get to roll 1
Nope.
yellow, 1 green, and 2 blue, and I'm going to give you an average difficulty. Purple.
Of 2.
Purple. Yeah.
Here we go. 2 hits, 2 successes.
So, before you jump into the speeder and head off, you have the idea to scan it over, and not much to your surprise, you do manage to find a tracking device.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I pull it off, I show them, and I go up to a stormtrooper speeder, and I click it on the bottom.
Okay,
From the
Awesome.
lot.
great.
One that's functioning, not
Yeah,
one that
yeah,
will
yeah.
sit there.
Okay, perfect. So you've done that. Do you want to look for more tracking devices, or?
Would there ever in life be more than one? Did they really install a redundancy tracking device?
What if we lose the... Oh, right.
All right, so you hop in the speeder and you head to the coordinates.
Yep.
And
Let's roll.
Luckily, Ken is working. He opens the gate for you guys.
Thanks.
And
I thought it was. Was it Len? I thought it was
Len,
Len.
it is Len. It is Len.
Okay.
Right.
See you, Lenny.
No,
Why
I
don't-
say, Len, you did not see us.
That's, you didn't see us.
Don't wave at him. You didn't see us.
I'm getting conflicting messages here, guys.
I roll cool and I say, Len, you didn't see us.
Go ahead.
Because he wants to be cool. He's like,
No,
"All right."
don't roll. Okay, all right. He nods. He nods.
No, I want to roll. I want to make sure he doesn't say anything.
Okay, all right. Give one. It's an easy check.
Okay.
1 purple.
And triumphant, Church of God. Oh, 2 advantages, a triumph, and a hit.
Success.
Or a success.
On like
Oh,
the.
he's so
And
cool.
so, because
I won't say anything.
how cool you are.
Shut up, man. You're throwing him off his game.
Does he help because of how cool it is? Does he say
Help,
anything, like
yeah.
warn us about anything?
And because I do it in such a cool way, what I'm trying to tell him is don't tell anyone that we left. This is what I do. He's like,
And he gives you a knowing wink. He's a little overeager, but the wink says it all. The wink says that if troopers are after you, he'll give them the runaround.
good boy.
Awesome.
And that's for your triumph. Okay, so
Will he text us if he sees them going towards?
LOL. JK, just fucked over stormtroops.
okay, so let's do a drive roll. Tal, you're in the front seat driving. Crichton,
Yeah.
where are you?
Beside him.
Which seat shall I take? It's Friday. Star Wars doesn't have a Friday.
Good stuff. Tal, go ahead and roll your piloting planetary, and we are trying to beat a... It's going to be a difficult check, so there's going to be 3.
3, okay.
And the sun is going down, so it's getting darker, shadows are confusing, so I'm going to give you a setback. So we've got 3 purple, 1 black, and then for your driving, you've got 1 yellow and 1 green.
And I have 2 yellow, don't I?
You've got 2 yellow, yeah, that's right, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any boosts or no? Is my passion to go see my uncle a boost?
Yes.
It makes you drive better.
Nice.
2, and so you got 2 yellows, 1 green, and then the
Yeah.
Partridge in a cock tree.
3 purple, 1 black, 1 boost. Okay. All right. So, what'd I get?
You got a success and a disadvantage.
Okay.
So, you managed to shave off an hour on the trip. So the
nice.
trip is only going to take you 4 hours instead of 5. But as you were driving, a rock comes up that you didn't see that was hidden in shadows, and you swerve quickly and slam on the brakes at the same time, and everybody is thrust forward. You, unfortunately, are the only one that suffers some strain from it. But other than that, you're okay. So you take 1 point of strain.
1 point of strain.
Yeah. And as you stop, the speeder, the hum of the engine is going. You hear a beeping. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Are you telling me there's seriously a second tracking device? Well, what is it coming from?
Is it coming from my thing?
It's coming from your tracking monitor.
Yeah.
Your scanning monitor, and you look at it,
good.
and you see the first thing you see is a red dot, and everything else that you've seen before has been green, but this one is red, and the description of it says Lancer, and it is flying, from what you can see, is at a breakneck speed, really fast, away from the coordinates, and you recognize the Lancer as your uncle's ship.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to pull up my scope and just check in that direction to see if I can't see it on the landscape.
Okay, so you hear the beeping, you clue into what Tal's looking at, and you begin scanning. And after a second, you see 2 green blips appear. And they are following closely behind the Lancer.
Empire.
And you recognize them as TIE 224, TIE 678. And they are chasing your uncle. Tark, through your scope, you see the same thing. Some very, very faintly, you see some green flashes of light, which you can imagine are the flashes of TIE fighter bolts.
Your uncle's under attack.
Okay, so...
But he's in a ship, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in a ship. There's no way we'd ever be able to capture them.
So they're
So
way up.
we continue to the coordinates.
Well, as you're discussing that, you look back, you hear the beeping slow down. Beep, beep. Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep. And you hear a in the distance, very, very faint.
And I look.
So you can't really see, unfortunately, whatever is out that way is covered by the landscape and the curvature of the planet.
I only have a medium range anyway.
And the Lancer's blip has stopped moving.
I think your uncle just crashed.
Okay, let's go. Can I roll again to get us even faster, or is he pretty close?
You can roll again. It looks like it would take you about an hour to get there, but every success that you get will shave off 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay. So
unless you get 4.
So I'm planetary again?
Yep.
Okay. What's my advantages and disadvantages and stuff?
3 purple, 1 setback again because
Okay.
it's dark. And then also whatever your bonuses are, and I will give you a boost again because your uncle. I don't know. This time, no, I'm going to give you a setback because.
I would say the boost should apply now though, because he could be dying.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm giving him the setback. Because he's a little bit frantic.
What? But, I mean, I'm really good at flying. I mean, I'm going to be
That's
zoned
true.
right in.
All right, I'll give you the boost again. I'll give you the
Okay, so 1 setback, 1 boost?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
You say everyone shaves off 15 minutes.
We teleported there?
You got there in 0. I said unless there's 4. So you get there in 15 minutes.
Nice.
But which is
I was like,
Oh, we overshot it. It's way behind us. We drove right by it.
But what is a good triumph? What do you guys think would be a good triumph for this situation?
Well, whatever is-
And he crashes into one of the stormtroopers.
I was gonna say whatever is gonna be there. I would say give us a triumph related to that.
I will give you a triumph, and I won't tell you what it is exactly, but it is a triumph.
I was going to say, can I, learn something about myself that makes me a faster driver in the
We
future?
pulled up incognito. He was going so fast that he actually shut off the engine, and we just coasted there, so it was silent.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably would have gotten out earlier to scout a little bit because we might be walking into some sort of an ambush.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I would say
okay.
I would tap
okay.
Tal and be like, pull over for a second.
So you guys do pull in silently and you do scout. I'm still giving you the triumph, but you don't know what it is. It can still be in effect. And also you got an advantage, which means that you can recover 1 strain or add a boost to the next allied active character's check.
Do mine because.
Yeah, I'll add the boost.
All right. So you stop the speeder behind a large outcropping of rocks, and you make your way out onto the ground over a ridge, and you peer down at billowing smoke. You can see rising from the ground, and flames are lighting up your scope. And it doesn't look like there's any movement except for the flickering of the flames, but you recognize the debris of the Lancer.
Tark, aren't you our healer?
I'll roll a perception. Yeah, as well I am. What's the difficulty?
It's going to be... What are you looking for?
I want to see any bodies, any stormtroopers, anyone alive.
Okay. So the angle that you're at, it's a lot of what you can see is taken up by a lot of flame. You can't really see anything too much. But I'll let you roll, sorry. I'll give you 3 because it's hard. No, actually, no. I'll make it 2 because there's flames. And then whatever your perception is.
All right. Advantage and a fail. Right? Yeah.
Yep. So with your fail, you don't see any bodies. You don't see any stormtroopers or anything. But you do see a good vantage point, a good way to approach if you were to go down.
So I'll share them, and I'll say I'm going to move over to that position to cover, because I'm a distance fighter.
Well, this is a decent spot to cover with, but there's another spot if you were to go down.
I can't see because of the flames.
There's going to be flames everywhere.
So basically, being a sniper is not a good thing right now. I'll just lower my barrel.
This is as good as a decent sniper spot. This is a good spot.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is that if you were to approach, what you see is a good place to be stealthy. It's not going to be a good vantage point.
Okay, so I'm in a good vantage point.
You're in a good vantage point.
Then I'm going to say I will cover you if Crichton, if you want to go down and check it out.
Aren't we? Okay. We're with you?
Yeah, we'll do what we always do in the field. And I figure our protocol in the field is that Tal sits next to me checking out while you go up and kind of check around. When it's clear, you wave up Tal, and I still cover you two. And when you two are up, I'll move up.
Would I not be a little bit more intense about all this and want to go up?
Well, of course. You do what you got. Don't ask us. How the hell would I know? What are you?
Okay, yeah, no, I'd be like, screw that. I'm not looking through these damn binoculars. I am going with you, Crichton, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead of you. Running, yelling, Mulder! No, I won't do that.
Okay, no. That's fine. That's fine. So you're running down. You are in a state of fear,
anxiety,
for your uncle's life, anxiety. So I'm going to make you do a roll. I'm going to make you roll your cool or discipline, whichever one you like.
Okay. I don't think I have advantages in either of those, so.
It's going to be 2 green.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to make it an average difficulty.
Okay.
And that's it. Just 2 green, 2 purple.
All right. So I got a disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird.
Not a disadvantage. So you're going to suffer a strain again from all of the stress of the situation, from driving and from your uncle being quite possibly dead from the looks of the crash.
Okay. So I'm down So I'm down 2 strain this game so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, when your strain runs out, you get knocked out.
Okay.
Incapacitated.
All right. Sounds good.
And from advantages, you can recover strain. So if you get an advantage on a roll,
Yeah.
recover.
Did Harlan end up using the boost last time?
Not yet. Oh, I guess it would have been for my perception.
From your perception, yeah.
Which would have canceled it out. Well, I still have it. Let's do it now.
Yeah, do it again.
And no, just another advantage.
All right, so you see an even better route for Chris to follow,
Oh.
for Crichton to follow, but it's
Well, additional advantage should have some sort of benefit, though. Otherwise, what's the point?
yeah. Well, I mean, 2 advantages means that you can provide a bonus to your next check or to an allied character's check.
I will do a bonus to Chris's check if he's going down. You're going down there, right, Chris?
Yeah, but I think I'd stay close to Tal because he doesn't seem to be thinking straight.
Okay, you know what? I'll keep the bonus actually, because if anyone tries to attack them, I'm going to be shooting, and it'll be better if I have a chance to protect them with everything I got. So I'll keep the bonus.
So Tal and Crichton,
Selfishly.
you make your way.
I'm sneaky. I'm trying to keep up with Tal, but I'm trying to be stealthy about it. I'm like Tal, who's going to be obvious. I'm like Tal, stop, Tal. I'm trying to sneak up.
All right, and Tal keeps moving forward.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead and describe what you're doing.
So I imagine Tal's just running in there like a crazy man. Is that right, Tal?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like doing my normal stealthy type of movement in, frustrated that he's run ahead, but realizing it's silly.
All right.
And, trying not to be too far behind that I could probably help him if I can, but again, he's probably making better distance than I am.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got my holdout blaster out as well.
Okay.
I'm expecting worse.
A tear streaking down your face.
Yeah.
Listening in the firelight.
There's all kinds of drool coming out of my mouth.
That's not Hollywood.
It's like a Doberman.
Yeah.
All right. So you rush down to the ship. It doesn't look like it's doing too well. It looks like the ship hit the ground and bounced and skidded, and chunks of metal are lying on the ground in the wake of where the ship skidded, and there are several fires on the ship that make it hard to approach. But it's fairly obvious there is a panel that has been ripped or shot free that looks like you'd be able to fit in.
Yeah.
Get inside.
And
Okay,
as they're doing this, I'm going to do another perception check. There's nothing on the horizon, nothing coming at them.
Okay, do a check.
Well, I mean, this would be like kind of passive too, but well, okay, I'll check it.
So what happened to the TIE fighters? Did they just peel off?
Well, that's what I'm checking for right now. Let's find out. I got 1 disadvantage.
Okay, so Crichton and Tark, you listen, and thinking about the TIE fighters, you don't know where they are. You do hear some very faint humming.
My question is, why didn't Tal drive the speeder up to it?
I told him to stop so I could get out, remember?
Okay, I'm just thinking if he's as crazily anxious as he would be.
Because this is our protocol. We've scouted for 6 years
So it's
together.
muscle memory, so even though he's crazy, he's still following it.
Yeah.
Right now we're doing this army to the T. I
Right.
cover you guys, you move up, minus Tal.
And then Tark can always bring the speeder up.
Yeah, what's the humming from?
From the TIE fighters, you assume.
Where is it coming from?
Oh, sorry. It's coming from the east. If you guys are north of Barrack, about 4 hours north, the humming is coming from the east. Yeah.
So they're pretty far away. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Tal, you're up close. You're there. You see the opening.
Yep. I go in.
Okay.
Though I do look around first to make sure that there isn't a ton of fire or something close to that entrance. I'm hoping that there isn't. Just because, like I know the ship well enough to know that if something was extremely harmful, but I would probably go in anyway. Sorry.
You should
I'm playing
ask
violin.
Ask Michelle if she knows the.
Star Wars theme. Open the door and tell her to play Star Wars.
How much can you hear that? How much can you hear that?
No, it's good. Open the door and tell her to do. Ba, 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 ba,
Michelle, can you do Leia's theme? Yeah. It's not Leia's theme? Oh, what is that one?
Like, lamer.
That's what we want.
Just do it, Michelle.
No, do the
Really sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm still a recorder. I'm just saying.
Well done, Michelle. Take a bow. Well done. Give her a high five or something.
Wow. Perfect. Oh, and that's not even going to get flagged.
I know, because it's a total royalty free. She just record them all. God damn it. For those who don't know, David's wife Michelle is an extremely talented musician. Well, as is David, but
Not the same way.
different.
We heard your singing, David. It was pretty amazing.
Yes. Very cool. Wow. That was awesome.
Oh, man. I'm
Sorry.
impressed.
Evan Jones gave her his XP.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any XP donations to Michelle, then she's accepting. Right
Oh,
now.
David, you gotta send her these. They said, haha, she is the new MVP. Awesome. Give her my XP. Woo, bravo. I'll send them to her on Facebook right now.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, that's so amazing. She should just start a YouTube channel of her playing Star Wars music.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah, like preceded by us, like all on Google Hangouts, or whatever, live streaming, like, play this.
Oh, that gave me chills, though. That honestly gave me chills because the reason I wanted to play music for this, but I can't because it gets flagged, is for this moment with you in the ship. So I'm so glad that she was able to play that.
I'll keep playing in the background.
Awesome.
So the ship is down. It is on fire, and you are there in front of the open, blasted open panel, and you're trying to make your way in. It doesn't look like it's going to be too fiery, but there's probably some smoke on the inside of the ship.
Yeah. Okay. I go in. I go right in.
Okay. So you are wearing environmental gear, so that
Okay.
is going to make it a lot easier to handle the heat, and you do have a face mask. But you would have left it back in the speeder.
Oh, son of a...
So you're at this point. Your father just crashed. You want to go into this burning ship.
Uncle.
Uncle.
Sorry, your uncle, yeah.
Unless there's some sort of twist you just ruined.
Well, I'm sorry, but no, there isn't. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I still go in because I know, do I assume, like, I know where my uncle would have been sitting, so, and is it close to this open little hatch? I don't know if you already said that.
Yep, you could get in pretty easily, and you'd be pretty much right at the cockpit.
Can I flip a light side point for the mask, or no?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can definitely do... Oh, wait!
That was a suggestion from Daniel. Well done, Daniel.
What was?
The flipping the light side point for mask.
Oh, can you?
Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'll definitely let you do that.
Okay, so what do? I just go to the...
Well, you know what? I will say that you can, but I have to flip a dark side point first.
Uh-oh.
So...
Don't they carry over from last game? Because we had 3 last game.
No, you roll new every game.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as a dark side point, I am going to... Okay, something happens. But now you have a light side point. I'm not going to tell you what, but something has happened. Crichton feels a disturbance in the force and feels somewhat nauseous.
Uh-oh.
You don't know it's a disturbance in the forest, but you feel a little nauseous.
And I'm still watching them. There's nothing that's changed, because literally for like a minute I'm just like
Nothing has changed.
covering their backs.
Yeah. Okay, so do I have the mask then, or?
You have
Yeah. Spend the light side point.
You
Yeah.
have the mask if you spend the light side point.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. So I go in and I go immediately to where I know Mulder would have been.
Okay. So you step into the ship that is glowing, flickering with orange light, and there are some cables that are sparking loose, and you make your way to the cockpit, and there, sitting in his usual pilot seat, is Mulder. And it looks like a piece of the iron bar or the metal bar that was holding the top of the window has been bent down from the rock that the ship smashed into and is piercing Mulder in the chest.
It's Wash all over again.
Oh no, that's too soon. I loved him.
So I go. No!
This is the violin part. This is it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Michelle. No. So I run in. I run up to him. Can I speak with him at all? Does he have any last breaths, or is he even alive? I check to see if he's alive at all or anything.
So you pat him and you shout. You're shouting this whole time, but you don't really realize that you're doing it, I guess. And you shake him a bit, and a breath escapes his lungs, and he very weakly opens his eyes.
Mulder, what happened?
And he smiles and says, "I didn't think I'd see you. She's all ready for you, Tal. She's all ready for you."
Who? Who? Who is she?
The ship?
You just died like Jabba did. Like as my uncle.
Was that creature still? So I pull. I mean, I'm still following in, and I come in through the same spot that Tal did.
Okay.
And I see Tal with his uncle, and I don't disturb him. But do I see that the other alien creature was on board still?
Yes, you do. So he is in the seat that he would have been, in the co-pilot's chair. He's not there. And you see thrown across the room is the body of the alien, known as a I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yaktuk is a... You remember his name is Yaktuk. And he's there, but you can see that he is breathing very shallowly.
Is he trying to communicate with me at all? Or is he like...
His eyes are closed. You make your way over to him.
I lift his head and I look for any of his books or anything like that around him, and I try to look at him and see if I can communicate with him.
Okay. So he does look up and he sees you, and a flicker of recognition crosses his eyes. And with a gurgle, he looks down, and you see he's clutching his book to his chest. Blue blood is spilled over it.
And say, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything in this that can help? First of all, I do a heal check or something to see if I can do anything.
Go ahead. So it's going to be a...
Medicine?
It's going to be, medicine. I'm going to say it's hard because it's an alien. You don't know anything about their organs or blood or anything like that.
So how many purple?
3 purple.
Okay. So 2 green, 3 purple?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
All right, so with 3 disadvantages,
Wave.
Do you want me to put my finger in your eye? Does that feel better? No? I really could use Tark here.
Okay. So as you are doing that, you actually seem to cause more pain.
Oh God, how?
He winces in surprise.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, let me go get Tark. So I run outside, and I try to wave for Tark.
And through my scope, I see him exit the thing and wave, and I quickly run down.
All right, so you make your way in.
Your baby's rattled.
What's going on?
I said, it's too late for Mulder, but can you do anything for him?
And I dive down in front of him. What am I doing?
A medicine check.
What's the difficulty?
It is going to be a 3 difficulty,
I can do this.
and then whatever your advantages are and stuff.
Everything canceled out.
Everything.
Does it look like the place is any threat of blowing up or anything? Are there fires I can put out just to make sure?
Good question. Okay, so we'll wrap this check up, and while we're doing that, I want you to do an average difficulty perception check or mechanics.
So that's 2 purple no matter what, right?
Yeah, 2 purple. So Tark, you look at him, and it doesn't look like there's much that you can do for him. With the darkness and the flames, the heat of the flames, and the stress of the situation, you aren't able to figure out his alien system. But as you are looking him over and trying to figure out a way to help, you see him. He's looking at you. He's looking at you intensely, and you can tell he recognizes you from before. And he looks down at the book that you asked to see from him, and he hands it up to you.
And I take it. But I don't know how to translate it.
And he turns to he opens it, and you can see he's trying to turn to a page.
And I turn to the page in front of him.
Yeah, and
Just
eventually
so
you reach a point, and he points his finger on the page, and on it you see what looks to be a large canyon drawn, just etched, and it looks familiar. One of you guys might recognize it if you took the time to look at it. But also, there is a picture of what looks to be a large crystal. And he points at the crystal.
Blue ramen.
No. No, blue ramen comes from plants.
Guys, it's the blue ramen.
Oh.
Shut up, mister. I know this.
We got the blue ramen, guys.
Thank you. The guy's like, no.
It's not blue ramen, it's blue ramen, and it comes from plants. It's nothing
Blue ramen it is. And I kind of nod at him and I say, but hold on, I'm not ready to give up on you yet. And I dig deep. And rather than roll another medicine check, I want to roll a xenology check first to see if I could establish why my medicine wasn't working.
Okay, so while you're doing that, it's going to be a difficult medical check, or sorry, xenology check. So 3. Chris, we're going to go back to you.
I had a failure and 2 advantages.
2 advantages. So looking around, you do manage to find something that is about to explode, but it's about to explode.
Yes, but I can't stop it. Okay.
You can't stop it.
How long? Do I roughly know how much time it's gonna be?
It could be any time. It looks like.
I said, Tar, we gotta get out of here. It's gonna blow.
I toss Crichton the book and I grab the alien by the shoulders and I start dragging him out.
And I grab Tal and I say it's too late for him, and I try to pull Tal out.
I really, reluctantly.
Much stronger than you, Tal.
Yeah. I'm reluctantly dragging my heels. Well, that's kind of an understatement. Leave the ship. But the only reason I do is because I'm spurred on by that idea of this thing being ready. She's ready. I've already turned the page because I know I've had to deal with loss before in my father, so this one is decidedly easier.
Okay. So, good. You step out of the ship, and as soon as your feet touch the ground outside of the ship, I'm going to use a dark side point. The ship explodes.
Where was I?
You were out. Oh,
okay.
Wait, you're in there. I thought you were.
I
You
was
grabbed him and you pulled him out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you pulled him out.
Okay.
I think Tal was the last to leave. So the ship explodes, and a shower of shrapnel and fire and body parts, and you guys are thrown to the ground. And I don't know how damage would work in this situation.
Either way, can I use cool to not flinch?
Yes.
I'll use cool to not flinch
No,
too.
you can use discipline. Sorry, discipline. You can use discipline not to flinch.
Oh.
All of you. It's going to be
I'll
a medium
flinch. I
check.
don't care.
It's a what? It's a medium what?
A medium check. Average.
So is that 1?
2
or
purple.
2 purple?
Yeah. Easy is 1.
They all canceled
average is
out.
2. All canceled out.
Okay, so 1 second here. We all do this?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
We don't want to
2.
flinch. It's so unnecessary.
I don't really care about flinching. Is there gonna be a negative to it?
No. Oh, if there's disadvantages,
Looks cool.
maybe.
I'll flinch. Ugh.
All right. So what did you guys get?
Mainly because I was pulling an alien out.
Mine just was neutral.
Mine's neutral too.
All right. So you guys jump forward, and none of you are able to, stay disciplined in the moment, and you're shaken. And each of you take 2 strain.
Should it be strain in the top right-hand corner, or should it be
That should
wound?
be wounds.
Okay.
It should be wounds up front.
I feel like we'll go through strain faster though.
From your willpower?
Yeah.
Well, depending on the situation. You'll go through strain faster in environmental exploration encounters, and then wounds through combat. All right, so you're thrown to the ground, and your ears are ringing, everybody, and you blink, and you look up, and just your vision. If you can picture Call of Duty, I don't know if you guys have played any of the Call of Duties, but there's this token scene in video games where something explodes and you're thrown to the ground and you open your eyes and you close them and then you open them and you're looking at something else and you open them and you're looking at something else. Well, the first time you open them, you're looking at the ground. Second time you open them, you're looking at one of each other. Third time you open them and you see something descending from the sky. And as your eyes focus, you see about 40 feet away, not too far, within long distance, an Imperial shuttle is touching down. Its bay opens, and 4 stormtroopers step out. Four troopers step out. Not all stormtroopers. Only one of them is a stormtrooper, and they begin walking towards you. And while this is happening, you guys can do things, but the ship takes off.
I run.
I follow.
I run towards the speaker.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Oh, what are we doing with Yuck Duck?
Oh, right.
Well, let's help
Is he
carry.
dead? I look at him. Is he dead?
Yuck Duck, he's dead. Yeah, from the impact, from falling on the ground.
Damn it. I think that zoology thing would have been cool. Oh, I had the roll all scheduled up. Just bad timing, I guess. All right. I'll run towards the ship.
You got a book.
Yeah. All right. I run towards the craft.
Okay. So you run towards the ship, and they immediately begin opening fire. And because you guys weren't really hidden or anything, so we're gonna do initiative.
Hold on.
What's up, Craig?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say if as Tark was trying to fight earlier, the flames were in the way. Do we have cover from the flames also?
No, now they're beneficial.
Not from where they landed, because they landed in a point that it's like pretty much flat.
Chris, don't you get how this game works? Whatever doesn't help us hurts us, and whatever hurts us helps
Okay,
us.
well, in that case, I want to try to get, if I can get into, instead of running with Harlan, because Harlan's trying to get to a vantage point to fire, I should wait and try to hide to get a better melee opportunity.
What I was going to do is, when they were running, I was just going to put my gun up and toss it in front of me and surrender. and turn around.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell them, keep going. You two guys. I'm like, keep running, and I turn around and I surrender.
So we're gonna roll discipline first, because they may just open fire, but they might not. So everybody, go ahead and roll. And it's just you're trying to get as high as possible.
Oh, nice. 2 hits and 2 advantages.
So the advantages, unfortunately, don't count for anything in initiative. But the 2 successes definitely are worth it.
So again, I rolled 2 green, 1 purple?
No purple, just green.
Oh.
Okay, so I am going to roll for them.
Alright, so I got 2 advantages and... Wait, that's right, yeah?
Yes, so 2 advantages and... Sorry, 1 advantage and 2 successes.
And 2 successes, okay.
Yep. Harlan got 2 advantages and 2 successes. And actually, sorry, I'm wrong. The amount of advantages determines if there is a tie. With successes, who goes first. So, looks like Tal... It's going to be Tark first.
Was I supposed to roll a blue one? I did roll blue one. Okay.
No blue. So Tark, Tal, 1 trooper, Crichton, and the 2nd trooper. So, starting with Tal. Or Tark, sorry, Tark.
So, yeah, so again, just to reiterate what happened, we were kind of daisy in the time it took a shuttle to land, unload, and take off. And by the time we got our, heads about us...
You're right. No, you guys would have you guys would have come to your senses when the shuttle was just deploying its...
Well, either way, I'm fine with what happened because it's interesting. So I'll say I started running. The minute they fired, I stopped because I'm not going to take on the Empire, and I threw down my gun, and I basically did one of these, and I motioned to the other guys to hide or run or do whatever. And I turned around and I said, oh, hold on. There's a total misunderstanding going on here.
Okay.
And I played it very cool.
All right, so then, that's Tark's turn. So they do, so they haven't gone yet, but Tark does that.
Oh.
Tal's next.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. Any suggestions?
Make a choice and go with it, David. Make a choice.
Well, his choice could be no idea. He could just freeze and
exactly.
wait.
That is a choice. You
can
can do it.
Wondering if they would be distracted by Harlan and I would have a better chance at killing one of them or something, or a couple of them. Because I'd be pretty pissed. They just killed my uncle. I now have my hate on pretty hard. Hate on much different than a hard on.
But the same feeling.
You get both.
I get my hate on during my hard on.
I've got my hate on pretty hard for the Empire at this point, and I just want to I'm going to go a little dark side and want to just avenge my father's death and my uncle's death.
Well, I would say to you, keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Yeah, okay.
Run or keep it
I take
cool?
I take out my... yeah, okay. I keep it cool, too. I keep it cool with him. But... I do it reluctantly. I say I just don't say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything.
That was a really long road to get to not saying anything.
That's okay. That's how you
Follow your thought process.
Yeah, you're angry, and then I'm like, keep it cool, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Crichton.
My name is Tark. I'm just kidding.
Sounds like Owen Wilson.
My pike is with me, I imagine. I also lower it. I put it down and say, put my hands up as well.
And are they responding, the stormtroopers?
Okay. So you guys are able to do all of this before they get to you.
Good.
And they walk forward, and the trooper motions for just the regular Imperial troopers to stop. And he begins inspecting the three of you up close. And he says, "I've seen the three of you from before."
I say, yes, we're from Barrack.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you, we are part of the scouting mission. We were out here, we saw a ship crash land, we drove over to check it out. There was a man wounded in the front and an alien in the side. We pulled both out before the ship exploded. My name is Edward Card, this is Chuck Harder, and this is Park Rollins.
Which one am I?
Shut up, Chuck.
I'm going to have to see some identification.
I don't have it on it. We have everything back at the ship. We were told this morning, with orders from Governor Jensen, to resume all regular activities. You can speak with Tark Slayton back at the barrack.
Branch.
All right. That's what you say. You're speaking for these two. I want you to do a
cool
deceive roll.
I'm playing it cool, man.
You are lying. You are lying through your.
But here's the
trying
thing.
to deceive them. I'm not.
Hold on. There's an exploded ship next to me, and they're pointing guns. I'm keeping my cool.
Well, no, that would be definitely keeping cool if it was combat encounter. But it's right now you're negotiating. You're talking with this person.
I think I'm trying to sell them on my confidence, not the fact that I'm lying. Not the lie itself, the fact that I'm confident in doing it.
It's deception. Trust me on this one, okay? I'm just going with the rules on this, all right?
Okay. Then when the fuck is cool? Because I have yet to use it, minus the one time we get to attack first.
You use that's basically.
But it's a presence. It's a presence roll.
Attack first.
But it's a presence roll.
Deception's a cunning roll.
No, oh yeah,
Deception,
right.
You're basically being cunning right now, and saying.
All right. What's the difficulty then?
It is going to be an average difficulty.
Okay, I'm going to use the force point.
Okay.
What does it do again?
Force point, you can upgrade one of them to yellow.
Okay.
Do we have a force point to use?
Yeah, because he used a negative one to blow up the ship. Or to do something. And I guess there would be no bonuses. Alright, let's try this. Total bluff. 1 advantage. Yeah.
Buys us more time, maybe?
I don't know.
He looks at you and says, I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right.
I said.
Now can I roll a cool roll and tell him?
No, he turns to Tal. He says, I've heard enough from this one. What about you?
Where do you recognize this from?
I recognize you from the town, Barrack. Come to think of it, I think you guys were headed up to... You guys were heading to the Beak, weren't you? What did you say your names were again?
Edward Card, Chuck Cardle, Park
I'm not
Rollins.
talking to you.
Well, I'm talking to you.
I'm not talking to you.
What do you start shooting at us because we're running away from a giant ship?
My name is Park.
Yeah? And what about you? Turns to Creighton.
I know. My name is Chuck.
And you don't have any identification either, eh?
Again, I didn't bring it with me. We don't usually bring it when we're on these scouting missions. We don't usually meet many people.
How did you get here?
We have a speeder.
Where is it?
Oh, it's a ways away. We can show you.
I would like that. You said there weren't any survivors on the ship?
Trooper, if it's all the same to you, why are we being questioned? It's clear we didn't take the ship down. And you see that we have this body of this alien we tried to save. Is there anything that really isn't adding up here?
No, you got to the crash site quite quickly.
Again, we just happened to be here. Is there any way we could follow a ship with a speeder? It just was dumb luck.
I don't believe in luck. Do a negotiate roll.
That's presents? All right. 2, and how difficult is it?
That is going to be. It is going to be an average, but I'm going to give you a negative because he is getting wound up that you guys are asking him so many questions. And he's
So
an
one
Imperial
red, is that right?
stormtrooper.
One
No,
purple, one red?
2 purple and 1 black.
Ooh. Success with 3 disadvantage.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very well. No, I believe you. But I don't like being questioned the way you have been. Quite frankly, I would have let you go by if I did believe you from the start. But you have annoyed me.
What did we question him on? I don't remember asking him any questions.
I was asking if, something doesn't add up.
Oh.
I guess he's kind of overreacting.
He doesn't like his authority being questioned.
He doesn't like shooting at people, them stopping, turning around, and surrendering, answering all of his questions.
Hey, he's a stormtrooper. They're dead.
Apparently.
Answering them, the deception didn't roll well. You didn't succeed on it. So
these aren't the dudes you're looking for.
I had a success.
No, you had a success. So your success is that he trusts you. He believes you.
I'm going to roll cool on him. Because I have it and I want to use it. What's the difficulty?
Hold on. Let's figure out Chris's roll. All right. Well, show me to your speeder, and maybe we'll send you on your way.
If it's all the same to you, how much of them did they see us moving? Like, did we run or anything?
Yeah, we started running. They shot.
You started running. Yeah. No,
I'm
they
gonna
didn't
try
shoot at you. They didn't shoot at you.
Okay, I didn't run though, did I?
Oh, they didn't shoot at us.
No.
Okay, in that case, I want to just pretend as if I have a limp, and I say, my leg is not very good. I use that for walking. Is it okay if I bring it with me?
Okay, and that's going to be a deception.
Okay, so I have an advantage.
That's going to be up against his something.
So my cunning is 2, so I get a yellow and a green.
Okay, yellow and a green, and he is going to be using his, I think, perception. I think that's what they use. I'm just going to make it a difficulty of 1.
Okay, so 1 black?
Yeah.
And 1 purple? Or 2 purple?
1 purple. 1 purple. Sorry, no black, just 1 purple.
Oh, I rolled a black, so there was 1 disadvantage there. Okay, so let me calculate this, because I rolled a black. You see it there, don't you, Justin?
Yep.
So I actually have 2 advantages, subtract 1, so I have 2 advantages and a success.
2 advantages and a success. Okay, so then he says, all right, yeah, pick it up.
So I hobble over to it and I pick it up and I limp. And I say, it's just this way.
Okay, hold on. I was just reading up on cool, and I want to roll it because it allows me to take command of a conversation.
Okay.
It says if multiple characters are engaging in a conversation or a social discussion where the timing of the argument matters, which I would say is extremely the case here, cool may be used to determine the initiative in the conversation, so that character is better prepared. I want to jump in with my cool.
Is that initiative order too, though?
Well, but I more when I jump in, I want to try to calm it down. I want to interject between you two and be like, okay, look, here's the situation, to try to calm the whole thing down, cool it down, so to speak, because I don't want to show them the speeder. Cool?
Yeah, go for it.
What's the difficulty?
I will make it So you're using it to...
I'm just, between the next actions, between him showing the speeder, I'm just jumping in and I'm rolling cool, trying to cool the situation
So
down.
you are using initiative. Like,
Well, we're not in initiative order now, are we?
but this is to determine the initiative order in the cool check. It's not to persuade him, it's just to determine when you speak in the conversation.
Put it this way, my intention here is to halt the actions, to smooth things over, and to get them back on their ship and to F off. So I'm interjecting with this whole proceedings, trying to calm him down.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So does he need to roll against Mycl?
Because you're interrupting Chris. You're trying to jump into his action.
Well, Chris is you already had your roll. You're walking him up to the ship, aren't you?
Yeah.
We don't want that, so I'm basically halting his request to look into the ship.
So I'm already starting walking, and you're trying to stop him now.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna right as you turn around and be like, well, hold on, guys, this isn't necessary, type thing, right? Like they're asking for our stuff. We've complied enough.
Okay.
So what's the difficulty of it?
It is going to be a cool. So I still don't understand. I'm going to look this up again. I don't know if this is going to influence what happens. I don't know how the speech initiative works. This is the first time I've read about that. But I will say that it's going to be a difficulty of...
Well, hold on. If this is just a conversation, what's the problem with me?
You shouldn't need to roll at anything. You
don't really have to roll. But
that's what I'm saying. But I'm trying to... It's like coercion, but I'm trying to cool the situation. I'm using an ability to cool. Called cool.
What are you doing exactly, Harlan?
Okay. If I was going to charm him because I'm trying to charm him, right? If I was like, oh, I want to charm him because I want more money, I'm doing that, but I'm using cool to calm everybody down, to stop his action. He's trying to continue inquiring. He's mad. I'm trying to cool him down.
When you made this character, you were hoping to use cool as a social skill. Is that right?
No, I was using it as a sniper who's very calm, emotionally stable, who can kind of see the combat actions needing to take in place.
So you weren't using it thinking that your character would be better at dealing with situations?
I'm only using it now because this situation is continually escalating, and literally it needs to cool down. So I'm going to use my cool as my presence, the presence that I have, which is cool, to try to affect the situation, to change it, to stop the proceedings from happening.
Okay, that's interesting. That might change the emotion. Like you're trying to use cool to help calm this stormtrooper who's getting riled up down.
Yeah, which is, I think, one of the primary things behind it.
I've never seen it used as that. I would use it as charm or negotiate. You use cool to resist charm or negotiate. So if you were trying to charm him, he would use his cool to negate it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll let you roll it. But it's just going to determine whether or not he's calm. It's not that.
Yeah, fair enough. Then I won't bother. No, it's okay. Then we'll let it keep going.
Okay. So he begins to follow, and the Imperial troopers begin to follow, and they gesture you guys to walk along because they don't want to lose sight of you.
So all of us are going?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hobbling, but I'm really slowing down to see if I can at least get behind them or anything like that.
Okay.
I imagine they push us.
All right. So you slow down to a point where he steps up to you and says, "Come on, where is it? You can just point from here." And he steps in front of you as he's saying this, and he gestures to you and pokes you.
Okay. I look to the eyes of the other guys to get some indication of where we're going to go with this. And I continue. No, I continue. Yeah. What are you guys looking like? Are you guys shaking your head? You don't know?
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing on the cart that will reveal us.
Well, I'm looking for an opening, Justin. If there's an opening, I'm going to take it. So I'm going to continue walking towards the cart. Again, though, yeah. So I'm going to actually make my way closer to. Are they all have the same armor and weaponry?
No, they don't. The Imperial Stormtrooper is in standard Stormtrooper gear, but the other troopers are just wearing light armor, and I'll show you guys. I can show you guys a picture, but it's not even armor. It's just like cloth.
Okay.
They're wearing that, and you can see a couple of them are actually kind of shivering. They didn't expect it to be as cold as it is.
Okay, well, I continue towards the speeder.
Okay.
And eventually we get to the speeder. I say, well, I'll bring it to you because you need to find at least where I think we put her ID. But here's our speeder.
So you brought him to the speeder.
Yep.
And he says, good. Good, this is it. Well, thank you very much for your time. And he goes on to his intercom, and he says, hello,
yeah.
Officer 4, we have 3 people here. We have a Chuck, a...
Park.
What are your names again?
Park.
And
Edward.
Edward. Do a quick run-up on them. They say they're in the scouting department, but I just want to do a quick check before I let them go.
We let Len know that we were... Ask Len, he'll know.
Len? Okay. Ask a person named Len. Wait, is he an officer?
He's part of the border guards. He'll vouch for us.
Yeah, he saw us leaving.
Okay.
You tell him that Tark, because Tark was the one who okayed our arrival, tell him that Tark says it's okay to approve the 3 of us. He'll know.
Okay. All right, yeah. Speak to Tark and a...
No, tell Len that Tark said it was okay for the 3 of us. Tark okayed it. He's out on the patrol to the south. Edward, Chuck, and Park. Len's the one who will okay it. He waved us out this morning. Just mention to Len that Tark okayed it.
Just do what needs to be done.
Just speak to this guy.
Annoyed, with an annoyed look on his face.
Oh, fuck you, man. You nerf herder. Scruffy.
Whoa, he doesn't know him that much.
Did you say that?
No, I don't even know what that means. What's a swear word on Ebra?
It's still nerf herder, actually.
Perfect.
Darkness of that Emperor's
Alright.
soul.
Well, and you can okay the shuttle back for us. Yeah, we're ready. Well, quite frankly, I'd like to say that it's been a pleasure, but let's just be honest with ourselves. Good night. And he begins to make his way back down to the ship.
Only if it was Fallout. That's what I would do. Hidden position, 3 times damage. Pop.
Alright, so I hop into the speeder.
As do I. And I say, get out of here now.
Yeah. So
As I do, I radio back to Len and say, men are going to ask you to okay 3, just make sure it's good. Or however we would communicate. I'm sure we'd have some sort of communication device.
Yeah.
He says,
I don't know, would we?
wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Len, remember when I nodded you this morning? Just okay it, trust me.
Okay, who? What? Oh, we're talking about the Imperials?
Yeah, they'll come
ask
and
about Chuck.
they'll come and ask you about Edward, Card, Chuck, Harder, and Park Rollins. Just tell them that, yes, you okayed them to leave, and Tark okayed it as well.
Yeah, all right. Over and out.
Our thing was
Roger.
successful. Remember? Our
We're gonna
roll.
get back and Len's gonna be strung up somewhere.
No, we had a force thing, remember? He was totally game.
Yeah, to not talk, and now we're telling him to talk.
Yeah, I think it applies.
All right. So, you guys are in the speeder. Avoid
Yeah.
conflict.
I am just thinking about what is ready for me.
Yeah, and I put a hand on Tal's shoulder, and I say,
I'll be driving at this point because I don't think Talos can handle it.
yeah, and I'll say, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that makes sense. And I let them know. I tell them. He says there's something ready for me, but I repeat it over and over again.
Didn't he say she was ready for you?
Yeah. He said she was ready. He said she was ready. And then you're going, okay, shut up, Tal, a little bit.
No, I'm okay. I'm comforting
Yeah,
you.
you're okay. It's alright. I won't put words in your mouth.
I tell you,
I'm
it's
still
all right,
heading
Tal.
towards the coordinates, by the way.
Yeah, okay, so you're heading towards the coordinates. Are you rushing? Are you trying to get there quickly, or are you just...
No, because I'm not a great pilot, so I will go at a safe pace.
Okay, so because of your detour,
okay.
it takes you a couple more hours. It's late. It's maybe 3 in the morning, 2:30 or something, and you arrive at a large, kind of like a mesa again, more like it's like a boulder, a mesa, but you can't see anything from the darkness.
I check my little thing to see if there's any action on my scanner.
And I'll glass the.
Don't hurt your eye.
So, so scanning it, you do see that this area there is an anomaly. There is something strange about this area. The scanner doesn't pick up exactly what's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong in the landscape, but there's just a weird glow to this area. Might be radiation.
Fools. Ace mode skin. Follow it.
All right. That's a reference lost on me right now.
I've been playing nothing but. Look, my Pip-Boy. It's right there. You can see it.
That's a nice Pip-Boy. Come here, boy. Here, boy. Pip, pip, pip. Okay, so you guys are standing in front of it, or outside on your speeder?
Yeah, and I walk up to the stone wall and I go, Bello.
And suddenly something wraps around your ankle, and there was a big pond behind you, and you get whipped up into the sky by a giant octopus.
Cool. Hobbit.
Cthulhu reference.
No, is there any indication of anything? I'll do a perception roll.
Aha!
Yay, knock, knock, knock. That means I did a good thing. 1 and 1. Difficulty?
Yep, 1 and 1. Or whatever, one difficulty.
Ah. And we got a advantage and a miss, a negative.
So with rolls like this, once again, when there is a roll that all 3 of you guys can do, this is an assisted check. And basically what's going to happen is the person who has the best perception or the best skill of whatever is being rolled, they do the main roll, and then other people will help depending on what they have in their checks.
Help, guys, because I think I have the best and that just failed.
My perception is just the 2 from cunning.
Okay. So if your perception is less, then what you would be doing is you would be just adding a bonus like we did before.
That's what I will do.
So we're going to be adding... So Tark, I want you to roll again, but I want you to add 2 blue dice to it.
Roll again or just roll 2 blue?
Or just roll 2 blue. Let's do that.
Okay.
And remember, one of
Let's
them...
see what we got. Lots of advantage and still a failure.
Okay.
Well, I guess the blue only adds advantage, though, doesn't it?
Nope, it adds... Oh, does it only add... No, I think it adds successes.
Well, put it this way. We got 4 and 1 negative, so let's find out.
I'll find out.
Yeah, I'll roll 8 of them. Oh, yeah, there is a hit on there.
That was a bunch of...
All right, so you, looking around, the darkness of night makes it very difficult to see anything. The darkness of night. But you do manage to... I don't know. What do you guys think could be a good advantage?
We find the secret entrance.
The secret entrance.
Oh, no, you find some footprints.
Ah!
You find some footprints. That with a good tracking roll or survival roll, you might be able to track to where they're going. Who has the best survival?
I have an advantage in survival, so I do a 2, and one of them would be yellow. I don't know if that's good.
Okay, and survival is cunning. Does anybody have 3 cunning?
Cunning? Nope, only 2.
All right, so Chris, you go ahead and do the roll, but you get to add 2 boost die, and it is going to be an average difficulty.
So
survival. I have a yellow and a green in survival as well. Is that what you had?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can do it. I did the last one.
Yo.
Okay.
Success and 2 advantages.
Okay, so in not too much time, you manage to get a good lead on these tracks, and you make your way into you follow them successfully into a cave, and this it's dark, very
What
very
kind of
dark
tracks are they?
at first. They're human. They look like boots.
And how many boots? How many sets?
Just one.
Okay.
Don't you remember? Girls on this planet only have one boot.
So you
And okay. Hey, these are your uncle's size.
Yeah.
so you
Remember, he wore
follow
the
them.
stilettos.
So I'll stay by the speeder and use it as support and watch them as they follow the boots, just in case.
Okay, so
I
they
have to kill a
disappear
rebel.
into the rock
Yeah.
that's beside you. You lose sight of them, Tark.
Okay, then I jump into the speeder, fire that speeder up, and park it somewhere that's more hidden than where we parked it, because I think we probably left it pretty out in the open.
Right.
And I walk back to it.
Okay, so
You know, just in case there's the Empire driving by and they're like, hey!
Hey, we know that speeder. We put a tracking device on that.
Yeah!
So you guys all head in, and Tark, you follow in behind them, and you can't really see much unless you wanted to light a glow rod. I don't know if you guys have glow rods.
Don't do it,
Well,
man.
we got glow rods.
I light one.
You feel the darkness expand, and you feel like you're in a big opening. And Crichton lights a glow rod.
Yes, I do.
All right. And in the bright blue light of the rod, you see a large ship.
Better than a Rancor.
Right
I
above you.
call back to Tal. I say, Tal, I think she's ready for you.
I start crying. Just.
Wow.
She
So
is
smart-
beautiful.
So smart citizen.
What a piece of junk! No. I don't-
She can make a castle run in less than 8 parsecs. Or 9
That goes
12
here and
parsecs.
that goes there.
Yeah.
So you guys find a light easily enough. There's just this long cable hanging from the ceiling. that You pull.
Chunk.
Time bomb.
Oh, it's up.
Just giant beads.
And the cave is
Interesting.
illuminated, and there are. It looks like Mulder's workstation once again, the one he has in Barrack, but this time there are numerous objects lying across the wall, and it's in a cave. And you looking around, you find a desk, a couple desks. One of them is actually covered in beakers, dusty beakers filled with black brown liquid.
I drink them. I'm just
That
kidding.
look like they haven't been touched in years, or
I
in a long
smell
time,
them.
months maybe.
Yeah.
And the other desk, there is a note on it.
I go read the note.
Okay, and it says, Tal, I'm glad you found the coordinates to this place. I wish I could tell you about the time your father and I discovered this place, but there isn't time. The ship you see before you is a TRF-02 Corvette. She's almost done. I was hoping to finish her this month, but I was too slow. All she needs is a new propulsion computer and a good pilot. I'm hoping it'll be you. Take care of her for me. Aldous and I put a lot of work into her. Mulder.
Perfect. There's a propulsion computer on the speeder.
Yeah.
Might be a little weak. It might.
It'll get us off this planet. Let's go.
We might have to go back to the Lancer.
Oh, good thinking.
Load
Even
up.
better.
Um,
How
Is
much
there a
of the
name
Lancer-
on?
like,
Is there
is
a
it
name on the
possible we
side
can
of the
sell it?
ship?
anyway, I kind of it would have maybe it's over dramatic, but I totally just turn to them and go and be like, I don't know, guys. I think I'm a rebel now. I don't know if you're with me, but I'm definitely going that way.
I think we're all rebels now.
We all get on our hogs and we ride through the desert. That motorcycle that Darth Maul was on.
Oh yeah.
Is there a name on the side of the ship?
Nope. There's no name. It hasn't been named by the.
Namer, the most beautiful name I ever heard.
Well,
Jenny.
the TR too. So you guys can name it whatever you want. We're gonna end it there.
Yay!
Story.
Yeah.
Thank you, as always, to our fantastic GM, Justin Thomas James. Excellent game, and we are so excited to see what happens next week. Thank you, the community, for watching and playing along with us. Always such funny and great stuff going on the Facebook group. If you're not part of it, be a part of it. Be a part of the happening. As well as awesome vignettes this week, and your characters are coming to life, and they're kind of fitting into the campaign, which is just such a cool, awesome thing. And again, a huge hand to Justin for making all of it work together.
Thank you.
We are going to be back next week for Star Wars Continuing Age of Rebellion. I think next week would be Game 4. And we are planning on ending this bad boy right before the premiere of The Force Awakens. So this is only going to be a 6-episode stint, much like the trilogy. Not the trilogy. The 2 trilogies. So please make sure to be with us next week to find out what happens with our boy Crichton, your very own Tark and Tal, the now very, very damaged emotionally pilot. Who's lost pretty much
Let's get him to fly us through.
No, after seeing that ship, I think
flies us right into the Death Star.
Exactly. So again, thank you all for being here, and make sure you pay attention tomorrow for the community mission update. And you guys all have yourself a fantastic night and a wonderful week. And I'm going to throw it to Chris for his little sign-off, and then I'll throw it to David for his Star Wars-themed sign-off. Chris, what do we always say?
See you around the table.
And David?
Keep doing what you do.
Or the one from Star Wars?
The sign-off?
May the
Force be with y'all.
Have a good night, guys.